What's happening, guys? Just before we start this week's episode, I want to let you know, if you love this podcast and you want more of it, you can get an extra episode every single week exclusively on patreon.com/haveawordpod. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a way for you to financially support this podcast whilst also getting some benefits for yourself in return. You can sign up for £3 a month, £5 a month, £10 a month, and obviously the more money you give, the more benefits you get. But even if you just sign up for that £3 a month, which is the price of a fancy coffee or a pint in a shit boozer, you get an extra episode every single week, exclusive. No one else gets to see it apart from the Patreons. And you also get 24 to 48 hours early access to the public episodes as well. That's what you get. And on top of all of that, you get access to the entire back catalogue of the Patreon episodes. We've been doing that for like a year now. There's loads of content there. There's also the 2 lockdown lock-ins we did in this room where we got dead drunk. They only go on Patreon. The ones we do in the future of them will only go on Patreon. If you support us, you get shitloads of content for us, and you can only get it at patreon.com/haveawordpod. Go sign up now, pause it here, sign up, and then come back to this episode. It's going to be a belter. All right, lads, before we start this week's episode, I'm here to tell you about our latest sponsor, CoinCorner.com. Now, they are one of the longest running exchanges for cryptocurrency in Europe, and they're one of the best ways to buy and sell Bitcoin here in the UK. If you don't know what Bitcoin is, it's the #1 cryptocurrency on the planet. It's been around for over a decade, and it's going mainstream. It's in the news every day. Celebrities like Tom Brady are tweeting about it. El Salvador's made it legal tender. If you want to get involved in the cryptocurrency game, the best way, in our opinion, to do that is to go to coincorner.com/wordpod. You go there, they know we've sent you. You're getting in the cryptocurrency game. They know we've sent you. Everyone's winning. You're helping our sponsors. They're helping us. That's how the pod game works, okay? That's what we want you to do. Now, we've got to say this. When you invest in cryptocurrency, it's like stocks and shares. Your capital is at risk. Don't invest anything you can't afford to lose. Be safe. Don't be a fucking dickhead. Now, let's get back to the pod.
Tidy boy.
Like, up there with the most tired I've ever been.
Oh my God, you look like you've been fucking stroking an evil, like, James Bond villain.
Do you know what I did? Very lazily. This is how tired I am. I limp brushed the body of this and not the arms, because I was like...
No one looks at the arms, do they?
No.
Still limp brush, though. I'm exhausted. I'll just do my torso.
Oh, no, because it looked like I'd been, like, fucking wrestling with a molten dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've had a really great few days in Edinburgh, show-wise. Like, I had 3 great shows, and I've got the bones of a new tour show.
It's exciting.
Like, I've got like half an hour, maybe 40, that, you know, could become something, and 20 that needs to stay exclusive to the 3 audiences that have just seen it.
Roughly when's tour, New Year, thinking?
February onwards.
That's a lot of time to get that.
Yeah. We'll talk about something that happened at last night's show, but I stayed in the McDonald Hotel, which is a hotel chain.
I've heard of it. And
it's on Holyrood, so it's round the corner from the Pleasance. And when I'm in Edinburgh, priority for me is as close as possible to my venue, so I can just walk to it. Nice little chill 5-minute walk or whatever.
Yeah.
It was... So I booked it because it was a 4-star spa hotel, and it wasn't that expensive. So I was like, do you know what? It'll be the one time I've been in Edinburgh and can actually just relax, have a nice hotel, instead of getting like the Travel Lodge, which is actually slightly closer to the Pleasance. I was like, I'll do this. It's a 2-star hotel that got a 4-star rating a few years ago and has let its standard slip. The bed was so unbelievably uncomfortable. Like, really uncomfortable.
Too soft, too hard.
Like an ironing board with lumps in. And, like, I went down at one point and I was like, my bed's awful. Could I change rooms? Like, I just think it might just be this bed. And she went, no. And that was that. She said nothing else after that. She went, no.
He's got his Scottish accent down.
She was from...
okay, the new.
She's from different shows.
You're, like gay people have gaydar, or some people just have gaydar. When like, I'm pretty sure, beep, 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 that guy's gay. You can definitely spot a foreign.
Yeah.
But you're not good at pinpointing where they're from. Terrorist. I think I'm terrorist. She works at the Holyrood McDonald's Hotel. Hello, welcome to McDonald's.
I don't know what an accent was.
Sounds Estonian. Like Estonian dad.
Yeah.
Sounds Estonian.
Estonian, but she's been other places as
Can't
well.
think of any Estonian football.
Like, this isn't her first stop.
Estonian, but it's not her first rodeo.
Yeah.
Like
She went, but I went, can I change rooms? And she went, no. And I was like, you need to elaborate on that, don't you? You can't just say no to a customer. And I went, sorry, what do you mean no? She goes, the hotel is full and everyone is checked in, so no. And I went, right, okay. And I just walked away back to my room with my shit bed, sort of laughing to myself. The aircon in the room didn't work. And the most important thing for me in a hotel room, without any shadow of a doubt, maybe the bed being comfy is a big one. The shower. I want a nice, decent shower. The shower in this hotel was like a Valium patient dribbling on me. It was just zonked out. Like, it was just terrible. And it was clearly attached to like the water system of the rest of the floor. You know, like when you're in the shower in yours and Laura flushes the toilet and it goes either hot or dead cold for a sec.
Yeah.
It kept doing that. So I was like, I'm in 307. Whoever's in fucking 314, every time they have a piss or a shit, it's changing. And there was a lot of people on my floor pissing, shitting, and doing something else with the water every time I got a shower.
Right.
Fucking awful. When for something to eat in the restaurant that it was in, they just didn't bring me to the things I ordered. They were like, we forgot to write it down. And I was like, this is fucking insane. I
love how they deal with customer service. Like, there's no water. I can't make water. It's not raining. Oh my God, where's my food? We ate it.
Stood at the bar to pay me bill for me food for like 10 minutes without being acknowledged. And there was a girl just filling the fridge up. And I thought, well, she's like the bar back or whatever, so she won't be. She was the one who ended up coming to me. But she filled the fridges up and cut limes before she come up.
limes? Fuck off.
While making eye contact, which is borderline aggressive, like, I don't care if I cut finger. Fuck you.
Oh, awful. And then, only last night. So last night, I knew I had to be up at 6 a.m. I was getting the 6:52 out of Edinburgh.
Yeah, when you answered a WhatsApp at 8 o'clock, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah.
To get back here to do this, rather than getting like a guest co-host in. Up early as fuck to get here. Last night, could not sleep. So, and I reckon over the past 3 nights, I've had less than 10 hours sleep total.
Aye.
Awful. You know, when you're so tired, you feel sick, right? And then I realised what was happening. So, the day I got there, Tuesday, I was going to go Monday, but I was too hungover after the Patreon live show. And had some stuff to sort out. So, I went up on Tuesday on a sort of, not a bad one, but a 2-day hangover. And by the time I got there, I'm a bit tired. So my show was at 9:15, and just as a little pep up before the show, I had a strong coffee at 9 o'clock at night. And then, because I didn't sleep well on Tuesday night, I've woke up on Wednesday, sort of meandered through the day, went and did Sloss and Kai's podcast. Couldn't nap during the day, just had a couple of other things to do. So then before my show, was like, I need a coffee to pep me up and a Coke. So I've done that again, and then gone for a couple of pints with Eshan and a bite to eat. And then last night before the show, I had another strong coffee, and that's obviously...
you need it by then. You're sort of like in deficit.
So because I was sort of so tired when I got there, it's put this sort of system in place where I'm having a coffee, a strong one, like an Americano, extra shot of espresso, at 9 o'clock at night, every night. And then I'm lying there at 3:30 in the morning like, why can't I sleep?
This is weird. On your fucking ironing board.
Yeah, awful. And then... a man from the Asian continent tried to rob £10 off me this morning.
The Asian continent.
I mean, you're getting closer in terms of specifying, aren't you? Some type of foreign. From the Asian continent.
So here's what happened.
I mean, are we talking Indie or the Chinese?
No, the
or
first one.
Thai?
The first one.
Chutney?
If I was going to throw a dart if I was going to take a guess, I would say he's from India.
So sort of more Ishani than Steve's missus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sign up at patreon.com/haveawordpod to find out about Steve's girlfriend.
Who watched the episode?
She did.
His companion.
Jesus Christ.
Judy. Hi, Judy. All right.
Judy, the Chinese companion.
She's from...
That's the full title.
you know we are now own the domain findmychinesestudent.com?
We do, yeah.
She's from
She's
from Chongqing.
Dan.
It's not Ching Chong.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
Get a map out. Get a map out. Because if you say it wrong, it's the worst thing you've ever done in your life.
I can't type in Ching Chong China on Google.
It's
Plod will be
Chongqing.
here.
It's not. You're saying it racist. I'm saying it right. See? It's
It's Chongqing though. It's a Q.
Yeah, but it's pronounced
Chongqing.
Chongqing.
There you go.
Anyway,
It looks like
assistant producer Steve is seeing a lady from...
a Chinese
Chongqing.
sort of slang for sucking dick. I'm chonking on a dick.
It does.
10 hours sleep, ladies and gents. 10 hours sleep. I mean, that's the problem with Chongqing, innit? You're like, I think it's a euphemism for blowjobs. I'm not sure that's why it's an issue.
I'm chonking on a dick.
So we've now offended Judy's home city as well as her.
No, I haven't offended it. I've just said it just looks like
Hey,
the
shout
title.
out to Chongqing.
I don't know what it's like.
I'm literally Chongqing for life. Big shout out Chongqing.
If anyone's watching from Chongqing,
Yeah.
fucking
Shout out.
Vamos Chongqing.
The seaside. The old Chongqing.
Now that was racist.
That's a problem.
No. They call it Chai Town. They do in China. They call it.
I honestly feel like I'm not here. You know, I feel like I'm asleep on the train, like crew. I feel like I've gone past me stop and I'm asleep.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. There is a city in the middle of China, a municipality.
Yes.
Yes, nailed it. Fourth time. Called Chongqing.
Yeah,
So what am I doing wrong?
nothing.
There's a place called Hull.
Let me tell you about the Indian man who tried to steal money from me.
Sorry. Shout out Chongqing. Chongqing, look, for life. What? Sorry, go on. He wasn't from Chongqing.
No,
He was from...
he might be. I don't know,
bit
but I would assume based on his face that he wasn't.
I think that's fair.
I don't know for sure.
That's like the cutest version of racism. I made a judgment because of his face. He's from somewhere different, thieving cunt. Where was this?
So here's what happened. I was going to go into town. The reason I asked to put the record time back a little bit today, I bought a suit yesterday because I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. And the reason I bought a new suit is because I didn't have time to get the suit I've got in the house altered in time for the wedding. And it's way too big on me. So I was like, I'll just buy a new suit, completely different to the one I've got. And then I've got suit options whenever I need to put a suit on.
All makes sense.
But it's a dark grey with like a check pattern suit. It's really nice. And a matching waistcoat. But the waistcoat is a little bit tight. Like, so if I had 8 pints in it, like I couldn't take my jacket off because I'd be bursting out the waistcoat. So I bought a replacement waistcoat, like an extra just black to go under it, which will match the belt, match the shoes, and it'll look nice. And it'll break the suit up a bit.
Are you a day guest?
What?
Are you a day guest?
I'm a night guest.
Waistcoat on a night, yeah? You fucking
I'm
pimp.
not fucking turning up like some fucking punk.
No, I feel it, lad. I'm all over it.
Whose wedding? I know we're coming back to the robbery.
So his name's Matt Costello, and he was me mate. Like we were.
How do I know Matt Costello?
Dunno.
Have you talked about him on the pod?
Are you thinking of
Right.
Elvis Costello?
I'm thinking of Elvis Costello.
Very different
Yeah, the
people.
famous crooner.
Yeah.
Crooner. He's not a crooner, is he? He's a
fuck?
musician.
The
he's a-
famous
he's a-
crooner.
Oh, he's a...
Yeah, he's quite croonery.
Yeah, he's a bit... Is he a bit jazzy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always say... When I think of Elvis Costello, I think of Jules Holland.
And I think of Bert Bacharach.
It's that era of... No, Elvis Costello.
What
I don't know
do you
anything
get
about
when
these
you
cunts.
fall
I think of
in
Rigobert
love?
something.
Yeah, I think of Rigobert Song.
Have you not seen the scene in
Engelbert
Austin
song.
Powers when he sings with
Yeah.
Bert Bacharach? I love that scene.
Right, cool. Yeah.
Anyway,
Shout out Chongqing. What?
So we were best mates when we were in little school, and then we don't really talk that much anymore. Like every
Night doing it.
What? Yeah. Every sort of year or two, he's like, although we haven't really had a pint or a whatever for a while, should we go and have a pint or he'll bring his missus to one of my shows and we have a drink afterwards. And
Nice.
we've always just kept in touch because when we went to year 7, he went to the Blue Coat School because he got in, and I went to Cardinal Heenan because I didn't.
All right.
He's a very clever lad. But it's his
You
wedding.
said that like I was like, shit, Blue Coats Liverpool. Wow.
What?
player.
Is it a good school?
It's not amazing. It's just
You have to pass an exam to
pass
get
an
in.
exam.
Oh, the 11 plus.
Yeah.
Do they wear blue coats?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like you've got to, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. What you just? I know we're getting to the robbery. People want to know, and they're getting bugged by me interrupting. Shout out Chong Ching. But what are you dropping? What are you dropping? Yeah. Just to reference Chrissy D on Are You Garbage?
I thought you meant whatever I paid on the suit.
No, this suit, that's private. I want to know what you're giving.
I'm gonna put 100 quid in it.
Oh, straight on it.
I think that's fair for someone I'd like. I think
it's more than fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put 100 quid in an envelope and give them that.
Yeah. You have to be related to me by blood to get 100 quid or more.
Really?
Oh, no, well, not now, because everyone's like, fucking hell, you're doing all right, aren't you? At the fucking...
He's already bought my Christmas present, you know.
Yes, I do.
He knows what it is.
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say. I'm not looking at you.
No, hang on. Wait there.
No.
I'm going to tell Dan what I've told you.
Okay.
And he'll be able to back me up, right?
We'll come back to the robbery,
and then
promise.
I genuinely... You'll get no reaction out of me. I'm a fucking master bluffer, as we'll fucking prove in a minute. And as I proved last year, I smashed last year, and you had no idea what you were getting.
You did,
right? So all I've told him is, Carl, and this is insane, and I would never normally do this, but it is what it is. I've told him it cost £800, and that it's something he'll get everyday use out of, but it's something that he wouldn't necessarily spend £800 on himself. Fair enough, innit?
It's a conservatory. He's dropped
£800.
It's fucking cheap, that. Like.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think it's a neon lit sex swing.
A neon lit sex swing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, you're really open?
Oh, you said you weren't going to give any reaction?
You're...
Who have you been talking to? What do you actually think it is?
You want to jizz on a neon lit fucking sex swing?
I don't want to say. I don't want to put it out there. I want it to just exist.
Oh my God. I can't imagine a worse sex swing. Every time you light it up, there's every stain you've ever left there. Like, oh my God.
It's a blue light as well. That's the neon. Blue light.
Yeah, but then you could do like memory lane with your missus then, couldn't you? Like, remember that come?
It was in June when it got in your ear.
Yeah. Remember this one when it bounced off your forehead?
Look at that on the wall. That's
this is the one that dribbled out your ass on your birthday.
That's Munch Bunch.
Now I need to spend £800 on you, and I don't want to spend £800.
Yeah, but you've got to. And that's why. That's why I did it.
Well, but you earn more than me.
Trick to be like, lad, best present ever. I've spent 800.
No,
just saying.
No, but here's the thing, and this is true, and you've got to back me up on this.
Go on.
So last year we went shopping together, and then we said, right, let's for the first time ever do proper Christmas presents for each other.
I had bigger plans, and COVID fucked it as well. That's why my present wasn't the best.
Well, no. I think your present last year was great.
But I had bigger plans.
Yeah, that's fine. But we agreed last year on a 200 quid rough budget / limit. And I went slightly over it in the end because I found something that he really wanted. And I was like, I'm not going to knock enemy. But we agreed 200 quid. But we also agreed that this year's present would be, the price limit would be proportional to the growth of this show. And by Christmas, this will easily be 4 times bigger than it was last year. We had 2,000 Patreons at Christmas last year. This will be closing in on 8 in December.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that's why, if you're getting married, I have to give you more than 100. Because everyone's like, fuck, I'm doing well, lad. Yeah, okay. Also, there is one thing about saying, this is how much I spent, so that you don't get him like a fucking
kettle,
a cafetiere or something. And he's like,
we both have a hot drink based banter there.
You don't want a kettle.
What?
You don't want a kettle.
He's saying it like he's already bought a kettle. he's saying it like he's already bought one and he feels bad. That's the kind of banter you get on the Have a Word podcast. Chong Ching for life.
Neon lit kettle it is. Well, isn't.
So
not going to come on that.
That's fair enough. Shouldn't he though, because he makes a proportion of what you and I make, spend the same proportion?
No.
Okay.
That's up my percent then.
I'll help you with the Christmas
why
present
would you have
before I
opened
up
the
your
door
percent.
To the pay rise conversation?
No.
Why did you do that?
I'm going to close that door.
I'm in now, lad.
He's spending £800. And do you know why he's spending £800? Because I also know that between now and Christmas, he'll want something else and I'll find it. And I'll end up getting that as well. Because I'm a frivolous, generous twat.
Oh.
He's spending £800.
I might get him a conservatory.
Well, yeah. Did you get mugged or anything by a Southeast Asian man?
Can't remember.
So,
you've been mugged recently?
No, I didn't end up getting mugged, no, because I told him I wouldn't have it.
Was it Isha?
You must be so gullible on the streets. You got mugged by that woman who wanted money for the baggage.
It wasn't on the streets. Let me get it. Right, here's what happened.
Why don't you just tell the story, Adam?
What he's doing there is he's taking a piss because it's him stopping you telling the story.
I knew he wanted to, but I made out like he was
The one
stalling.
Yeah.
Ching chong for life.
Chong ching.
Chong ching.
Oh shit!
Keep saying it right so that we're on the right side of it.
End of my career. I'd like to.
Chong chong.
So, my plan, because that waistcoat doesn't fit, was to get to Liverpool early and get a new back put on the waistcoat, which is a bit wider, which is that's what this procedure is called. When they make a waistcoat a bit bigger, you get a new back put on it. I rang Slaters on the train down, and they said we wouldn't be able to get that ready for you tomorrow. So I was like, right, I'll just wear the black one, then I've got that fits perfectly. So I was getting the train from Edinburgh to Liverpool, which is you get the London Euston train from Edinburgh, you change at Wigan, and you get the train, which takes about 50 minutes from Wigan to Liverpool Lime Street, and then it would have been a 20-minute taxi from Liverpool Lime Street to my house, which is about 15 quid. And I thought, fuck that. I'll just get a taxi to my house from Wigan, which will be like 25-ish quid. So in my head, I'd gone, to save an hour, and remember, I've been exhausted and I just wanted enough time. I was going to drive here and nap there and wait for you. But when I got in, my bedroom was like really cool. So I was like, I'll nap here for an hour and then I'll go to work. So in my head, I was like, I'm paying 13 quid here so that I can nap for an hour, which was so worth it at the time, right? So I get to Wigan, I've pre-booked a taxi, and I asked them for a quote. Now, it wasn't 25, they wanted 30. So I was like, right, sound. That's only an extra $5 in my head. I can live with that.
That is only an extra $5 illegally as well. So yeah.
So got the taxi.
Checks out.
And on the way, I noticed that my man, who by the way, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, he couldn't understand the word I was saying, but he was determined to have a conversation. And I don't want a conversation with taxi drivers anyway. Never mind the one who's like, where have you been? And I'm not going to do his accent. Where have you been? And I'm like, I've been away for work. You've been on holiday? No, I've been away for work. Oh, to see your wife. Where does your wife live? I haven't got a wife. So who have you been to see?
The accent's slipping in.
It is a little bit, yeah. So I noticed on the way, he had his meter on. And I was like, that's fine. And it got to, like, we're on the M58 or the 57, and it had gone over 30 quid. And I was like, Then we pulled outside ours, and he said, that's 42.70, please. And I went, it isn't. And he went, oh, what? And I was like, I asked your company the price, and they quoted 30 quid. And I said, is that a set price? And they said, yeah, we can make it one. And he goes, they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me. It's 42.70. And I went, shall I ring them? Or do you want to ring them? Because I've literally only got 30 quid in cash here anyway. And I wouldn't have got the taxi for £42.70. I wouldn't have done that. So who's ringing them? And he went, let me just check my messages to see if they sent anything to me. And it was like he thought, because he was in the front seat and I was in the back, that I couldn't see his phone screen that was stuck on the window. And he literally went on Facebook, scrolled through 3 posts and went, it does say 30 quid.
Someone's done a status about it.
Jackie at the depot. She just does Facebook posts. She does posts about immigration. She's pretty pro EDL, which is weird considering who she works for. And then occasionally she's like, oh my God, big news, guys. We're having casserole for tea. And a passenger from Wigan to Liverpool is getting a set price of £30. Lols.
Yeah. So he tried to rob me of £12.70.
Right. I wanted way more threat and drama than that. I wanted you to do the voice so badly. But
yes, £42.70.
Okay, maybe I didn't.
Did he lock the doors as well?
What?
Did he lock the doors?
He got his gun out.
Oh my God.
He said, you'll pay me the money.
That's it.
No.
What did you do?
What kind of gun was it?
What?
What kind of gun was it?
Wasn't an Uzi.
A sawn-off shotgun.
A sawn-off shotgun. Not a shotgun. A sawn-off shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he just keep it there?
Yeah.
This fucking isn't a set price, mother bitch. Just check Facebook. Just check Facebook. Bloody Jackie. Could have shot you then, bro.
Yeah. So
That's my Wigan accent.
So I nearly got...
Did you nap?
When I got in, I've had an hour.
Nice.
Does that help, or... Sometimes an hour can make me
Do you
feel
know when I first woke up from it?
Oh, no, yeah.
When I first woke up from it, I felt worse. But I wouldn't be able to be sitting here having this conversation with you now if I hadn't had that hour.
Do you know if you have a coffee and 2 ibuprofen and then nap, you wake up like Usain Bolt? You could have run here.
I don't think that you've researched that properly.
I've done it and it feels great.
I don't think my kidney and liver
What's
are
the ibuprofen
dealing
do?
with Sunday night properly yet. I don't think I could do that
You
to
wake up with a
myself.
little bit of a hazy headache, don't you, after a short nap?
Sometimes.
It stops that.
All right.
And you've got the coffee already working, you're fucking ready to go in it today, mate. Give it a go.
Everyone comes back from Edinburgh with a bit of a hangover. Not. I know you've not been boozing loads, but like there is a sort of emotional tiredness. Like you go out for the month when you're starting out and you're staying on someone's couch. You've got some shitty flat that you're sharing with other comics who keep banging through the door, and then you go drinking. So tempting to drink, and then it's an up and down month. The first time I did it was Big Value. The next year was with Josie Long doing a half and half. I came back from both those fringes absolutely wiped out. And then you do as an older comic. The stakes are higher. You've spent more on the show. You've tried harder. You're getting bigger reviews. You've got agents coming in. You've got TV people coming in to see it. And then the last time I did it with my family, and that was knackering. I haven't ever come away from a fringe not feeling fucked, like a bit wiped out. And you've managed to do that in not the month, in the 3 days. I'll just go up there. It's like being a comedian in Edinburgh at the fringe. It doesn't matter if you go up for 3 hours, you still come back feeling a bit wiped out.
Just the sleeping pattern thing. And also, you walk everywhere in Edinburgh, and it's almost like Edinburgh hack. Everything is uphill.
Yeah.
And you go somewhere in uphill, and on the way back, you have to somehow, for some reason, also go up a hill. And it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it is a weird one that if you know Edinburgh, if you've been to the fringe, it's Cowgate runs at the bottom.
Yeah.
Holyrood's at the bottom. Then Princes Street is up there, and then the train station's down there, and the Royal Mile's high.
Well, it's because
then to get to Cowgate, it's like so layered. It's unbelievable.
It's because they built a new city on top of an old city, didn't they? When the plague happened, like the plague happened, and there was loads of dead bodies and that, and they were like, instead of clearing this up, we'll just build a new city on top of it.
What?
It's true.
That's actually what happened.
No, the new town we're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the new town?
Yeah.
No, the new town's just across the way, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's built, like, the reason there's loads of, like, caves and stuff.
No, that's the old town.
Yeah.
The new town's...
Yeah, but the old town
where the
used to be
stand is.
even lower.
What?
Edinburgh is a city built on top of a city.
Are you kidding?
No,
Was there a castle underneath the castle?
I don't know. I don't know how old the castle is.
Oh, the castle's high, isn't it?
It is. Sometimes when we talk about actual stuff, like, it's so hard to know who's intelligent and who's a moron and who's right and who's wrong, because just Carl is one of the more intelligent people I know. And when he goes, the castle is high. Castle is high in the sky on a rock and then down into town. I thought you were getting very confused because the new town is across from the train station.
Yeah.
That was all built when the old town became just overrun and infested. And like where the train station is was like a fucking cesspit, wasn't it? It was like a bog and everything. It was totally horrific. And they built that town. But what you're telling me now is that they've built a town on top of the old town.
I'm going to tell you the truth here, Dan.
I mean, the castle's high. We know that.
The thing I just told you,
Yeah.
someone told me that a long time ago.
And you've run with it.
And I didn't question it.
Do you know Liverpool?
Yeah.
It's built on rock and roll.
Why did I actually wait for a proper answer? I went, yeah?
No. We built this city on
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
What?
It's one of my favourite Beatles songs. We built this city. It's great. Love it. And Lennon and McCartney, guys.
We when we listen to music in the club,
Nearly said lemon.
went to Pogues today, and we were making footy songs to songs that come on. And I made a song for that. No, Carlton Cole.
Yeah.
Where did Carl go from?
You'll see now. If he signed for Man City his song would be, he plays for City's Carlton Cole.
Yeah.
Great.
It's like my old flatmate Andy when he did the Gabby Bonglaho one. Ooh, chaka-laka-la, ooh. Giving the ball, he's bound to score. Everybody loves Bonglaho. Chaka-laka-laka, ooh. Brilliant.
And just tell you what's unbelievably fantastic though.
What?
I brought that Edinburgh thing up, and Carl, at some point during me saying Edinburgh's built on top of Edinburgh, he was like, "Hang on, this is the time to bring up my Carlton Cole thing out of it."
I'm just going to put it on the back burner.
Where
were you?
Pogues.
In Pogues?
Pogue Mahones, yeah. Lovely little Irish bar, obviously.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever smashed Edinburgh once and then never gone back and just like smashed it?
American comics.
No, I mean as in like without any previous hype about them.
Oh, and what? Never gone back?
Because they've just smashed it that good that they've just made.
Oh, I don't know about that. You'd have to know. You'd have to really get in the ins and outs of like the history of. But I know people have turned up at the Fringe, been a relative unknown, and fucking stormed it. And the American comics come over in a like Hannibal Buress was there last time, like 2012, 2013, in and around when I did those 3 shows on the Bounce.
Michelle Wolf did it a few years ago, and she got nominated for Best Newcomer. She did Live at the Apollo and then went back to American and has become a huge success.
Do you remember when Eddie Pepitone was at the Fringe?
Yeah,
And he
2014.
just like legendary, like all the comics were talking about it. And in New York comedy, Eddie Pepitone's very well known and famous. No one knew him over here. And did he do the it's a Scream pub right near the middle of the, what's it called? Near the church, right in the centre of, just off the Royal Mile. Daryl's got it as a venue, and it's downstairs in that pub, and it's...
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh.
The Tron.
The Tron. I think he did the Tron, and everyone was like, mate, he gets out of the crowd and heckles himself. And it was that was one of those ones where comics were talking about it. So that's a weird set of circumstances because like it's usually New York comics, probably some LA comics as well, do stuff like the Fringe, but as a sort of like, they've built up a bit of a reputation, they've got a bit of buzz around them, and then you might never ever see them again.
Yeah.
But once you can sell tickets in Edinburgh, I imagine it's pretty tempting to come back and try and keep doing it. Because I know we slagged it off, but because you've been there, I've been thinking about the Fringe. And sometimes when we get annoyed about it, it's more of the expense and the bullshit. And like it, genuinely, you come back a bit like, oh, and then the first gig you do is weird because you've just had a month of everyone being like, oh, that was nice, that was lovely. And then all of a sudden, I'd be at Baby Blue on a Friday night going, these are fucking morons. Like it really feels like a gear shift. But there's been times on stage at the Fringe where I've had the nicest time with the soundest crowd, just enjoying myself, like really like expanding on bits of material and having fun. Like it is a lot of fun when you're enjoying the shows. It's great, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So I've just done 3 nights. The second night was probably my favourite show I've ever had in Edinburgh. Not the best one, my favourite. Because, so first of all, it was very strange to turn up and have 3 150-seat work in progress shows sold out in advance. You just know. You don't need to fly. You don't need to do any tweets to get people in. Just turn up and do your show. And I went on with a notebook every night, just had like bullet points of stuff I wanted to flesh out. And the crowds were so... They got it. They were like, yeah, this isn't finished. And how could it possibly be?
You have some lids in?
Yeah. That is something we need to talk about. So, very grateful. Tuesday's crowd, great. Wednesday's crowd, like I say, probably my favourite crowd I've ever performed in front of up there. They wanted me to push it further and further and further to the point where I could literally just bring up an idea that was obviously going to be naughty and go one way or another. And they were just laughing at the audacity of trying these routines.
What percentage of our lot do you reckon? When I say our lot, I mean you lot.
So at the start of every show, which I always do in Edinburgh, it's always how I open really, I always check why people are there. So I said, give us a cheer if you've been to see me do stand-up before. And every night, it was sort of between 5 and 10% of the room. Not much had seen me actually before do stand-up. Then I said, who's here for the podcast? 50 to 70%.
Jesus.
And then the rest of them were just there because there's a show on. And we want to go and see this guy because it's 8:45 at the Pleasance Courtyard.
And they'll have heard of you. They'll have, some of them.
No, some of them hadn't.
Oh, right.
I literally went, who doesn't know who I am? And you're getting 20, 30% of the room cheering.
Yeah.
But the people who are coming from the podcast are like we mentioned it a couple of months ago. They're shouting podcast phrases during routines.
Not many of them.
Last night there was 2. And I texted you before the show last night and said, there's a bell end here and he's going to shout during the show. Because as I walked into the courtyard, he went, Adam! I listened to the podcast! Across the fucking courtyard. And I was like, right. And I sort of understand why they're heckling it. I do understand it, but it's still...
They love it.
Well, what they're trying to do is go, hey, I listen to that thing you do. I'm a bigger fan of yours than everyone else here.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. But they don't realise that they're completely... So first of all, there's people who just want to see stand-up of mine because they're just stand-up fans and they don't listen to the podcast. And they don't know what child upset me nasty bitch means. And the people who've never heard of me before definitely fucking don't know what it means. So you just end up looking like a disruptive twat to everyone and you're pissing me off. So, and I know it'd be the exact same for you. If you're shouting during the show, what you're trying to do is go, Adam, we should be friends because I like that thing you do. And you're just making me think you're the biggest bellend in the room. It's so frustrating. And last night, these 2 of them chose to do it during the routine that I'm trying to rework about the girl I fucked who died 3 days later. So it's a really delicate routine about a girl who's actually dead in real life. And that's when they chose to start shouting podcast phrases. So at the very end of the show, I literally, like in a non-humorous way, like a non-humorous way, I just went, lads, here's a bit of a lecture on how to behave at a comedy show and why what you've just done makes you a bit of a tit. And it needs to stop. And I tweeted about it. I put it on my Instagram. Please, if you're going to come and see us do stand-up, we understand that you want to let us know that you enjoy the podcast and stuff. Come and speak to us afterwards. We always come out. You'll always have a chance to see us. You can always just tweet us and say, big fan of the podcast, coming to the show. It's the same to us as getting to
say hello.
Like, that's fine. Doing it during the show. Like, I'm going to, when I eventually go on tour, especially when you film and stuff as well, I'm going to have a 0 tolerance on it. And if people are doing it, I'm just going to boot them out.
It's different for Adam because he was already doing a tour. He's done tours before he's done this podcast. I'm putting together a tour that's going to be announced soon for this time next year. And it's like, I don't ever want anyone to think we're not grateful because...
That's very important.
I am so grateful.
And I put that on the tweet.
Yeah.
I was like, I do love you all. Like, you've given me career a proper boost. You like, especially if you're a Patreon, you're putting money in the bank. Even if you're not a Patreon, you're contributing to the YouTube adverts and the sponsorships we get. We're so unbelievably indebted to our listeners, but that doesn't give people sort of the right or the entitlement to make a show about you and be shouting out.
Because we're doing this to try and tour more. Like, we both got into this to do this because we like hanging out, we like making each other laugh. We want to build this up. It's gone better than I ever fucking could have dreamed of. But really, the point was to then go and sell tickets for a tour. You can't use the thing that we've made that we love to then fuck up the thing that was meant to be the final product. It's so frustrating because you're going, oh, I love it. And I know that you love it. And I want you to know that I'm in. And,
exactly.
And then the timing is so off. I have seen people chip in since we've done this and since it started taking off. People come to gigs all the time. I've seen it done where it works, but it's not good. So what I do, and what I'm sure Adam does, I throw in a few little audio callbacks to the pod just to be like, if you're in from the pod, I know that you know this. This is for us. Like, I do a mama like that, mama like in the set. But to shout out and interrupt, it's so frustrating.
Rhythm and flow and pacing and timing are so important to the art of stand-up. And when it gets thrown off, it can derail a whole routine and you don't know what you're interrupting. You don't know whether you're interrupting a really important setup for something later in the show or whether you're about to ruin a punchline or whatever. Come and enjoy the show and just don't shout out. It just makes you look a bellend.
It'll take some beating to beat the girl in Nottingham last year who, I understand she was having a rough night. I hope she still watches.
She does?
Because I was a bit off with her that night because I was annoyed because... But it got so bad with her, she was steaming, and that's fine. I've been drunk at comedy shows before. But at the point where she stopped me dead on the build-up to a joke to go, Dan's having a baby, I should have a round of applause for him. I was like, oh my God. I literally wanted to cancel the pod. I'm like, I can't do this. And the woman next to him was like, I don't care. Can you let him do his bits? And you're like, she's got a point. Yeah, so I know it's never going to be that bad, but fair one. We love you guys.
Just don't be knobs.
There'll be loads of people from the podcast who are embarrassed with that, won't they? They'll be sat there going, what the fuck are you doing? Because they know what it's about. But that 1 or 2% that are like,
well, I had a lot of messages coming to me, Twitter DMs and Instagram DMs last night, which were like, lad, I love the podcast. I can't believe those fucking helmets were shouting out. It makes us all look like fucking idiots. And I was like, yeah, I know what you mean. So we want you to come and see us live. The shows are going to be great. Dan's new stuff is unbelievable. I'm working hard on what I'm hoping is going to be the best show I've put together so far. Just come and watch it. You'll enjoy it more if you let it be what it's meant to be.
Can't wait. I'm gonna be doing some massive dates on the tour. I'm gonna be playing Donny Dome, Rill. I've got one date in China, in Chongqing. Yeah.
You're doing Chongqing?
Yeah, I'm doing the.
How many? How many?
I'm doing the Chongqing Echo.
What's the capacity?
We've not brokered the deal yet, but it's gonna sell pretty well.
A couple of 100,000.
Maybe, yeah. The Echo Arena in Chongqing.
Yeah. Do you know what we've been asked a lot this week? Just on the subject of capacity. So we've just done 1,000-seater venue in Liverpool, essentially, right?
I think we did a 700-seater venue and put 1,000 people in it.
Yeah. And then
sweat much? Oh my God.
That was a Patreon-only show that, we could have sold 2 or 3 times over on a Sunday in the middle of a pandemic. And we've worked out we would, if every Patreon bought a +1, we'd currently need 11,400 seats, right? And that's without the people who would come to the live shows who just listen to the public ones. So people have been asking, what's next and what's the goal? What's the dream? Now, I'm telling you right now, I want us to do a live show and put a stage on the centre circle of Anfield.
Can't it be neutral?
What?
Can't it be neutral ground? The Bernabeu.
Madrid.
Yeah?
No. Because it's got to be in Liverpool and it's not going to be Goodison.
Great option.
Why is it not going to be Goodison?
Great second option.
Because we can't crowd surf for Goodison, it'll fall down.
I think it should be.
Has it got enough plugs, Goodison, to get
Probably
all the audio
not,
equipment?
Probably not, no. It's got one by the other goal.
You just plug the big screen in. It's just a big
Lads,
you have to unplug it.
Lads, are you done with your charger? I need to...
Yeah, I reckon we can genuinely, in a few years, sell Anfield out.
No.
Why?
You're a silly person.
Why?
Dan, have I told you this time?
Why would you not want it? Like, you're jumping. So, there's the fucking... I've just mentioned the Echo in Chongqing. What about the Echo?
Yeah, that's on the way to Anfield.
Oh, that's on the way to Anfield.
We'll do like
tour warm up.
We'll do the tour warm up at the arena. Yeah,
we'll do
in the British summer.
The Hawthorns.
The Hawthorns.
Yeah.
West Bromwich Albion.
West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah.
Right. Why West Bromwich?
It's just on the way, innit?
Yeah, on the way. Yeah.
On the way. Yeah.
Lose a lot of
the
Wolverhampton
Haverword
fans.
Stadium tour. We'll do Anfield.
What?
The Hawthorns.
What?
Goodison. Got to do Goodison for me.
St Mary's.
What? What do you mean? What, we doubling it up in one night?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Anfield and Goodison.
Kane Brown opens Goodison and closes Anfield.
And then the Bernabeu. Or the Maracanã, actually.
Yeah. We're really big in South America.
Fucking silly people.
Do you not think it's possible?
It's possible if things go so well for you and you don't get shot by an Asian taxi driver, that you could get big enough that your like homecoming suck my dick gig could be at Anfield because you're mental and you want it in the round. In the fucking rain.
On the pitch as well.
How many do you on the pitch?
Yeah, but as well as the stands.
Yeah.
How many do you reckon that'd be? 60?
About 75,000.
75. You too.
Adam Rose, you can suck my dick stadium tour.
That's what it'd be called, us two.
He wouldn't have the dates. He wouldn't have the dates of the tour. He does all the people that he hates. Suck my dick. You know who you are. Anfield dick.
No, we just Secret Sunday, not tell anyone where it is or when. And then just on the day, out in Anfield.
Just Secret Sundays in Anfield.
The thing is, we're joking, but Adam's like, it's good though. What happened?
I
just need 18 months.
I genuinely think that a podcast live show in 5 years' time, 2026, could sell out Anfield. And I'm look at my face. This isn't bullshit bell time. I'm not messing.
Well, all our listeners with a +1 is 100,000.
Right.
And that's now.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know, after Sunday, what I was thinking? I was like, we need more people here. We need more people. You know, when I was crowd surfing on lids, I was like, you know what this gig needs? More punters. Definitely more, less aircon and more punters.
75,000 people.
Right.
Then you can crowd surf.
Right.
Crowd surf home.
Yeah. I'd jump off the centre circle stage that we've got put in the round, and I'd get taken all the way up to the back of the cop and brought all the way back again.
I'd jump off the main stand.
It's exciting.
I think it's possible. Like, I genuinely think it's possible.
I'll be judging.
We've just done 1,000, 18 months in on a Sunday. Imagine if it was like a Saturday night in October.
Oh, yeah, that's it. We just did 1,000 on a Sunday. That's a Sunday. Give it a Saturday, we'll do 56,000.
No, but we could probably do, I reckon we could probably do 2,000 to 3,000 on a Saturday now in Liverpool.
Right.
With enough build up to
Right.
it. So we only
Bring
need
your
to,
binoculars.
we only need to grow
Couldn't get the
by like
binoculars out.
4,000% in 5 years.
Right. Challenge on. I'll stop making the chong ching junk. Right. Let's have a break.
What's happening, guys? Ooh, look at your outfit. Shocking. You look horrible in that. That's a shit t-shirt, jumper, dress thing, whatever that is you've got on. What you need, lad, is a fucking t-shirt or a hoodie from haveawordpod.com. You want some official Have a Word merch? Go to haveawordpod.com and get some then, instead of wearing that fucking shite you've got on. It's horrible. You look a joke. Don't be leaving the house like that. You want a hoodie that says rat? That's what you need, lad. Go and get it. haveawordpod.com. So, a lot of messages because the comedy industry lost a great this week, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Mr. Sean Locke is gone. Not only
a kicker that was.
Yeah.
do you know what was weird? So I messaged Sam and was like, oh, Sean Locke's dad. And she was like, oh my God, he's younger than me dad. And I was like, well, he's younger than my dad, but he's also a comic who's died before he's 60. And even as a 29-year-old, it makes you go, ugh, he's one of us.
Yeah. If it like for like an hour, I was like, wow, that's fucking awful.
And I sort of forgot how much I loved his work, you know.
I think everyone did. I think as a nation, we all went, oh, God. How many clips have you watched since he died?
I've watched The Tiger Who Came for a Pint and The Rectum of the Year. Oh yeah. My God.
I beat Fern Cotton.
Maradona.
Maradona to me, I think, like, being really, really overly critical, I think that's sort of like an obvious one. He's in South America and it's...
Right.
I beat Fern Cotton in Rectum of the Year, where he's shitting to the point people are being sick. I beat Fern Cotton, I think, is one of the funniest lines I've ever heard in any bullshit bit. He'd have been unbelievable on this.
God, yeah.
They got a chance to... He was so creative. Like, when you're watching 8 out of 10 Cats, a lot of those starters they've had before. They've been prepped on it. Sometimes I watch this back, and sometimes we miss open goals all the time. I mean, particularly on Monday when we recorded the Patreon exclusive after one of the heaviest nights of my recent life, that turned a Disney film into porn. Like, people have been commenting like, guys, because we were like, ah.
Yeah.
But that's because we genuinely don't prep that stuff. And it works for this pod. Obviously it works. It's what we've been doing. Sean Locke was both amazing at that slightly prepared stuff where it's not scripted like his material, but he's just been given a few days to, like, when you're like, Sean, how do you think you could, like, would be described? And he was like, oh, God, I don't think you could use words. I'm more of an idea or...
A smell.
I'm like a fragrance.
Yeah.
Like, if he's just had time to write that stuff, not only is he lightning quick, or was lightning quick when he was fucking around like what we do, but the beautiful, like what did he say? Like wet tarmac
In
or a vet's flannel.
Yeah.
Mate, it's those simple, lovely throwaway lines. And you know how someone's good at that? You're making other legendary comics piss themselves. Not just like, oh yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
There's
Claude
other
the
legends going, jeez.
Claude the Pen is one of my favourite TV bits ever. I watch it regularly. I love it so much. And when Jimmy's laughing normally, like he's not doing that fucking weird laugh, and he's crying laughing.
Yeah. Miles Jupp holds his own in that little clip, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I won't spit on you when we're having sex. Like Sean's just very kindly offered not to spit on one of our guests.
I never went to see him on a tour. I just saw him at that time at Altitude, and I love this stand up, but I think in those clips you see the real genius of the man.
Yeah.
And I get that because some of the bits of comedy I'm most proud of, we've done on here. Like, I'm not speaking for Sean Locke. Maybe he preferred doing stand up. I know he bitched about doing Countdown quite a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking him whinging about that is hilarious. But I never loved this. He wasn't one of my favourite stand-ups. Did you see him live?
I'd never seen him live. I did like his stand-up.
Finley saw him live.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did like his stand-up. But I think as a panel show guest, I think he's probably the best to have done it. He's as funny as anyone on those panels.
Yeah, and Grumpy Old Man, I think, is very easily done. I've seen Grumpy Old Man done a lot. We've talked about it. We've seen it done on the circuit. We've seen Grumpy Old Man done by young, quite good-looking men, and it just doesn't work. But he did Grumpy Old Man without ever being... He did it with creativity and flair and almost like charm. Like, I don't know, it's really difficult to describe. Someone being a miserable cunt while being really creative and playful. It's quite a clever thing to get right. And I just go back to that time I met him in Altitude, which I tweeted about, if you, like, I don't know, I feel like we put a little clip out, but that's the only time I met him, and I met him and Bill Bailey on the transit from Munich airport to Altitude Festival, which is like a ski and comedy festival. I haven't told this story for a while, so if you're an OG listener and you've done a lot, you'll have heard me talk about this, but if you're new, I basically got booked on Altitude. I think you're doing it next year, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they sort out the transport, and whoever's landing at the same time will get put in the same transport. I got told that I'd be with two other comics in a minivan. And then the day before, got told that one of those comics will be Bill Bailey. And so I was waiting at the bar. The guy who is running the transport, driving the minivan, was like, yeah, Sean Locke's going to be here in a bit. So I just I'm kind of excited that I'm going to be with Bill Bailey. And they're like, yeah, Bill's coming in a little bit later. Sean's just getting his bag. I was like, right. So you're like, oh God, I'm going to meet two famous people. And I don't know what you're like with this. We've talked about meeting our heroes in comedy. Not that these are two of my out and out, like we've done the Mount Rushmore of comedy and everything. These aren't two of the people that like I would go weird with.
Yeah.
But Bill Bailey and Sean Locke are fucking legends, like UK comedy stand-up legends. And it made me go, oh, Sean Locke and Bill Bailey in one minivan. And then I had this little slither of fear of like, oh, I hope they're not cunts.
Yeah, I always get that. That's a big... Whenever I'm meeting someone like that, and it normally happens in Edinburgh for me, or occasionally in London, but you meet someone big. And I remember when I met Mickey Flanagan, we've got the same representation, and he was sat with my agent in the abattoir bar. And I just went over and spoke to Christian, and he's like, have you met Mickey before? And I was like, no. And he said, let me introduce you. So he said, Mickey, this is one of my newer clients, Adam. He's a working class lad from Liverpool, blah, blah, blah. And I went, nice to meet you, mate. So when Christian actually sorted me some tickets out to come and see you in the Echo Arena. And he went, where the fuck's that one then? They all fucking echo.
It's pretty fucking good.
That was just that's how to be sounding funny. And then spoke for a couple of minutes. And then I just went and I wasn't in there to meet Christian. I was there to go and have a drink with a load of comics. And they would just happen to be there.
And the thing is, comics who don't give a shit about that, there's something wrong there, because Mickey Flanagan doesn't need to be nice to anyone, really, does he? And I know you're on the same roster, but he doesn't have to be sound and everything. No. But he also does know how important you as a comic on that roster, less experienced, younger, how important that meeting him is. And the bigger, more famous comics that can be arsed just being decent humans, because we've talked about a few that haven't. We're not named them directly or whatever, but when they're not, it's just so cunty because the newer act, the younger, less experienced act, will remember that for a long time. And it's a kicker. Ross Noble was amazing to me when I was starting out, when he was one of my favourite acts, and it was really big for me to meet him.
First comic I ever seen live.
He was so sound, it was almost like we'd started out together. You're like, I am just some cunt that you met on this bill. Like, I got a tap on the shoulder when I was having a beer at Munich airport at the bar, and it was Sean Locke, and he just went, all right, Dan, you're Dan. Went, all right, we've got 20 minutes. I'll have a beer. Got himself a beer, and we chatted like you just got to a green room early, and you were on the bill together. You'd not met, but I'm opening or emceeing and he's closing. That was the tone of the conversation, and it never changed. Bill Bailey turned up, and they were obviously best mates from back in the day. Now, I've found out this week that they actually were Bezos, but I could have told you that from that transit. They were just like old mates. Never once on that 2-3 hour journey did I feel like I was less important to Sean than Bill. Or Bill Bailey travels with 2 roadies who at first I thought they were in his band, and then I was like, yeah, but Bill Bailey doesn't have a band. He's got so much equipment, if you see, which is one of the most amazing things you can see live is Bill Bailey on form. But he has so much kit. He's got 2 roadies. All of us were in this van with some driver who works for Altitude Festival. And then we stopped very early at a service station just outside Munich. It's cold, it's pissing it down. And Bill Bailey wandering around that service station was so funny because one of his tour guys is obviously like borderline babysitter. Just keeps him on a lead because he's such a man-child. Bill, and he's got a fucking credit card. He came back in with an assortment of crisps, pop, like hats, toys. He's like, oh, fucking dinosaur. And then Sean Locke whipped out some...
I think I'm going to need one of them.
Right, yeah.
Probably me, isn't it?
Right. It's kind of, you've got to keep the credit card.
You're just as bad.
That's as bad.
Sean Locke whipped out a bottle of peach schnapps, quite strong schnapps, and we just got gently hammered all the way into the mountains. And he was talking about Chelsea. He was a big Chelsea fan. Bill Bailey. It's just so funny. And I was asking a few questions without ever doing the like, you know what it's like as a comic. You're like, don't be too much of a fangirl.
Yeah.
Don't be a geek. But I like a little bit of the history of stand-up. If you talk to comics about when they started out and who they started with and who were their heroes when they started out, I'm telling you now, as if you're a younger comic, if you want to not be hack in comic conversation, get comics, however old they are, starting to talk about their first 6 months a year in stand-up, because it doesn't get talked about by journalists. It doesn't get talked about in dressing rooms loads, but comics love remembering the fucking morons that they first did open spots with and the people who they looked up to who have now been forgotten. So that's what I asked Sean about. And I said in the tweet, you can judge a lot. We've said it many a time on here. You can judge a lot by how comics treat younger comics. And Sean was so nice to me. They bumped into me in the cafe on the mountain skiing. I was skiing on my own because I didn't know loads of people, and they were skiing together. And again, came straight over. All right, Dan. All right. Fucking sat and had some fucking chips with me. And I don't know the guy, and I've seen him work. Obviously, like we've all done with the clips and everything. But I really mean that. Like in terms of the kind of bloke he was, that was so sound, that whole journey. And I think the outpouring of love this week has not just been from his fans. It's been from the people who knew him and had worked with him. And I really did, I got a little bit emotional when he died, just because I've lost people to cancer, and Laura's dad is suffering, and it's not good. And we are sort of in the middle of that, and it causes a lot of strain on my wife and everything. But also I just thought of it made me think about starting out and all your really close mates in stand-up. And I know his family have had their heart ripped out, but I also thought about Bill Bailey. Because he's lost his oldest, best mate.
And even like there's been a lot of tributes from circuit comics who were obviously the people you're talking about, the ones who you would never think, oh, they're good mates with Sean Lock. I seen like Andre Vincent, who was like, I started with Sean and he's a great mate of mine and we haven't seen each other for a couple of years. Dave Johns, who's had a bit of success in recent years from acting and being in films and stuff. But these are the people that you're on about that start. They're not famous. They're not Bill Bailey and they're not Jimmy Carr, who's obviously going to be devastated, and John Richardson and Jason Manford. These are circuit comics who are really good and have earned a living from comedy for a long time, who started with this man and considered him a really good mate. And
I thought about like, what if Adam went or whatever? It's more like the guys you've known from gig dot. Mm-hmm. It is a special bond of like a love in it.
Who are the first three names in your head? Like who are the three you started with if you had to pick three?
Randomly, it's if I talk about the very, very first gigs, it's Jason Cook. Mm-hmm. And Jason and I have drifted. We're not as close as we were.
Yeah.
He's gone on to have a lot of success. We see each other. We're old friends. When I did my very first podcast 4 or 5 years ago, went round to his house. I was at his wedding. But we've drifted as mates. But Jason's one of the first names I think of. John Cooper is a name that I don't know if we've ever even brought up on this podcast. He's a guy that does graphic design and a bit of stand-up. But we did our very first gigs together. And when I see him, sometimes he comes on a Christmas drink in Manchester. Like I could be with you and Carl, and John Cooper would be as important to me on that night out because I hardly see him, but because we did our first, second, third gigs. But Barry's my oldest mate in stand-up from gig dot, and I thought about that like journey up into the hills, and I thought about Bill and Sean, how their careers have gone together, and I choked up and had to ring Barry. Because I was like, course families, wives, children, their whole world's been just decimated. But I was like, you sort of don't think about that. Oh, but not the Bezos from school, not your family and friends that you know from like, I'm talking about your old band of brothers who you started with. And I had to ring Barry and I got a bit choked and I wasn't going to tweet that. And Barry was like, tweet it, mate, because you've met him and it's a thing. And like, I don't know, you work with people like me and Adam have worked intensively for 2 years. There'll be a time that we look back on this and be like this, given enough time, we will romanticize this few years of our life. Yeah. And those guys that you've talked about them. Like Rob Thomas is the most annoying cunt online in the world. He's actually a bit of a teddy bear and he was there on Sunday. Freddie's fucking Freddie, isn't he? But he was there on Sunday to not just sharing our success, but yours. And those guys are especially important.
Oh, they're really good mates. Like, Rob started a few months after me, and Freddie, I wasn't really good mates with until a few years ago. The three I believe, the lads I started with, the three names that my brain goes to is Brennan Reese, Pete Otway, and Lewis Calvert.
I knew you were going to say Lewis Calvert.
And Lewis
came over Tony, yeah.
What?
Lewis over Tony.
Yeah, because Tony started about a year after us.
Oh, did he, yeah?
My first few gigs, even out of town, were with Lewis. We used to get the train together. We'd share lifts together. Like, my second ever gig was at Beat the Frog Preston, and me and Pete Otway joint won it, and Lewis was at the gig. And then, like, Brennan was doing Hot Water and the Manchester Frog, and then there's other people who were sort of around at the same time that I'm not quite as close with, like Steve Bugea and Pete Phillipson and Lewis Charlesworth. And I remember those as being the guys that were on every open mic night, every gong show. They were there.
Jay Edwards,
like the three that I in my head started with are Lewis Calvert, Brennan Reese, and Pete.
And people go, "Oh, it's great with your podcast how you're best mates." Hey, we are now.
Yeah,
we are now because of this.
Yeah,
but we weren't. Me and Adam have always gotten well, but there was a time when I remember him doing his very first gigs, and I thought I was the fucking bee's knees headliner compare. I'd just got on TV. When you started out, I'd just got on TV for the first time. I was like, who's this cocky fucking scouser? And I liked him because he was cocky, but mate, it's only in the last 2 or 3, 4 years. And the weird thing is, without sounding like an arsehole, you can never totally be Bezos. Maybe there's a few exceptions, unless you totally respect someone.
If you see each other as a peer.
You've got to, and that only happened for me 3 or 4 years ago. I've been a fan of what Adam does for a long time, but we're not best mates like that. We are now, but the people you started out with, it's such a strong, it's almost like a comedy sibling bond. And if I lost Barry, you wouldn't be seeing me for an episode. Like like I'd lost a brother. And I know, like, for those names, like, it's Brennan's been on, but it runs really deep. And my heart went out to all the people that have lost Sean. But the people that weren't getting mentioned are like the guys who will just be heartbroken because they've lost one of their fucking boys. Anyway,
we were trying to sort of think of a way to sort of pay some sort of tribute to Sean, and we've ended up doing it anyway. But one of his most infamous clips is the carrot in the box. So I asked Carl today to bring 2 boxes and a carrot, and he couldn't find a carrot, so he's brought a courgette. So the idea of the game...
But we've not nicked it. It's a different game, isn't it? It's courgette in a box, isn't it?
Yeah.
See you in court. You got 2 boxes, though, mate.
Yes.
That'd been great if there were 2 bags.
We're not playing a carrot in a box. We're playing courgette in a bag.
So the idea of the game is I'm going to look in my box, and then I've got to try and bluff to either make you swap or not swap. And the idea is I'm trying to end up with the courgette, and so are you. And that's the concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Carrot in the Box with Sean Loch, just pause this podcast here and search Carrot in the Box Sean Loch, and then Google, and then search Carrot in the Box, the rematch, which I'd never seen. Until
I've not seen a rematch.
There's a rematch on.
Can we pause this?
It's fucking brilliant. And
he won both.
I'm not going to ruin the rematch.
Right.
You should watch it though. He won the first one, and it's phenomenal.
There's certain things I love about working with Adam, and there's so many attributes running a business with him that so help me, because I'm like a bit like, I can be a bit, and then there's other times where I try and be diplomatic. Like, there are other times when I'm like, I do not trust that I can fucking get one over on you here. Like, this is not an easy one, because he is such a phenomenal bullshitter. As we've seen, we have to have this in the room because of the amount of bullshit. It became a game to go, is it real, is it not? I'm going into this as the underdog. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you look the other way while he looks in his box, please? Dan?
Right.
So the slide.
Don't make any sounds as well. Don't be like,
well, they're slidey boxes, okay? They're not.
What?
You have to slide the box off.
Like I don't know my way around a Yeezy box.
Just saying.
Yeezys are trainers, aren't they?
Yes. Can you push the end in there, Adam? On the bottom. There you go. So it's nice and flat. He's looked, Dan.
Has he looked?
He's aware.
I'm not allowed to touch it.
Nope. You're not allowed to touch the box because of weight.
Well, look at his face. What are you going to do?
Do you want to ask me what I want to do?
You want to swap?
You think?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Well, if we swap, then you're going to win.
Right.
So I should probably keep my box.
Right. So now, the reasoning is, if he's giving me that first read, and he's being honest, and he's saying, if I swap, you're going to win. The first read is like, hang on. He's a bluff. But that's too easy, isn't it?
What is it?
Yeah, all right. So it's maybe he's just not bluffing. So the first read of like, no, I wouldn't want to swap because then I'd win, means that carrot is in there.
The courgette is in there.
Courgette, Channel 4. Fuck off.
There's a courgette in that box.
Yeah. So because you were honest then, I'm meant to be like, it's a bluff. the courgette's in here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's too simple. So for me, the courgette is in that box. But then maybe he knows that I'm going to go double bluff. I hate you. Do you know what? Everything I just said, it was really like misty-eyed and like, oh, friends losing each other. One day we'll look back. This isn't the bit that I'll remember and enjoy. Courgette in a box can suck my ball. Is there definitely a courgette in either of them? Are you just taking the piss? Is it like an onion?
Like an onion.
Oh, you're having a can, are you?
There's definitely a courgette in one of the boxes because it's in that one because I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's courgette in that box.
There's a courgette in that box.
Have you seen the courgette?
What?
Have you seen the courgette?
It's about...
Does it exist, yeah?
Didn't you just get it out before?
Oh, I don't know.
Why are you fucking with me? That's not part of the courgette game. Don't you... And you're in my ears. It feels like my internal monologues. Annoying.
I'm gonna have to rush you for an answer here. You're taking too long.
Is this taking too long?
Yeah.
Oh, soz.
Do you want to swap or do you want to not swap?
So go through it again.
What would be more painful, Dan? Giving him the courgette or him having it?
Right. This is my worry. I think you're saying, oh yeah, the courgette's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is making me go, well then I should definitely swap. So I win.
Yeah.
But that's just, that's too...
He's sticking or twisting.
I think there's a treble bluff going on.
Right.
I think it's in here.
Make your decision.
If I'm overestimating his intelligence, I'm annoyed. Oh, no, I couldn't swap. That means we definitely swap.
Who checks then?
Who checks? Well, I'm saying I think it's in here.
So you check.
Yeah.
Are you...
Oh, no, it's in there, isn't it?
Other way.
Which way?
It's facing you. It's facing you, yeah.
Take it back! I won't miss you! You cunt!
Can you just prove, Adam, that the courgette... Prove that the courgette is in your box?
I want it for Sophie and for Rosie.
Prove the courgette's in your box. There it is. Oh, that's disgusting.
Mate, last night me and Laura talked about dicks.
She give you a little chonging on your dick.
Oh, by the way, is this a public episode? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's well into it, isn't it? Yeah. You know, on Monday, I got that email from that lady who was like, Dan, you're one of the people on my, hall pass list with my partner. Would you fancy having sex and does Laura want to join in?
Yeah.
If you are not a member, if you're not signed up to our Patreon, on Monday morning when we were all hanging out of our arse, I was literally, after 2 hours of the sketchiest sleep, after some fucking South American supplements kept me awake, I got an email going, you know, my partner said that I can bonk certain celebrities, basically offered me and Laura a bonk. Showed Laura, I thought, I'm not hiding it from her, I'm going to tell her. Laura wasn't annoyed. She actually asked to see a picture. Ooh. I don't know if she was just being nosy or if she was intrigued because the girl actually described herself like, I'm this tall, I weigh this much, these are my eye size, whatever.
My eyesight?
What?
Eye
Did
size?
you say my eyesight?
This is my eye size. Showing I've got fucking massive eyes. Yeah.
Was that, did she mean?
Yeah,
tits?
massive set of pupils.
Yeah, boobs.
No, 2 school pupils on it, yeah. She carries 2 year 3s in her bra.
Stay clear of her then.
Sounds like a lunatic.
What a massive pair of children. I'd like to lick her kids.
Oh, damn.
And I think Laura got a bit sort of revved up and competitive.
Yeah?
Yeah, because on Monday night, came in and did a bit of old fucking track and field.
Wanked it off.
Oh, it was amazing.
She wanked it off.
Full. We've got some Millennium Lube. Oh, it was pro level. Phenomenal.
Did she put it in her mouth?
On the couch.
No, it was just a... No.
Oh,
What?
boring.
What?
What was her
I never want a hand job off of a woman. They're really bad at it.
What was her time?
Anyone? He said hand job. Come on, guys.
Wrong with that?
If he says it wrong...
Hand job. Said it wrong.
Yeah, he said it wrong. I never want a hand job off a woman.
Do you that now?
Look at you holding that.
I don't want to be wanked off by any women. Either put it in your mouth, put it in your pussy, put it in your ass, or fuck off.
You think you're playing Anfield? You're playing Anfield, are we?
What was her time? What was her PB?
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was just all like, I'll come tonight. Like, in the spare room. She came in. Got the old...
Like a service.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what she's doing to you, lad? She's treating you like a prisoner of war.
Right.
Do you know when, like, have you seen, in Homeland?
Yeah.
Right? When
Yeah, it's just like Homeland.
yeah, it is though.
Yeah.
And I'll justify exactly what
She's
I'm saying.
Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
She's ISIS of the puss bus.
She is. Do you know what she's done to you?
Yeah.
Right. So in like Homeland, like Brody, gets taken by the terrorist dunny, and he's put in a fucking hole for years, abused, battered, beat the shit out of him, like
Hole?
fucked.
I decorated the spare room. Go on.
Right. he's battered, bruised, fucked, and then he ends up sort of indoctrinated with them, spoilers, because they show him just basic human kindness, and they're like, hey, lad, have a bath and a haircut. What she's done to you...
Stockholm Syndrome.
She's tucked the pussy in the bumhole away, she's tucked the mouth away, and now she's got you to the point where you're grateful for a handy. She's treating you like an absolute sergeant.
Just public episode. I love that woman and forgot that I was telling Adam all of the information.
I want to know the time.
Babe, you are going to watch this, and I just want to know you're not Al-Qaeda to me. You're not my Al-Qaeda.
Was it sub a minute?
Oh, it was amazing.
No, was it sub 1 minute? 2
Got
minutes?
the techers, mate.
5 minutes?
She was like, I've asked her to go to the gym, do all upper body, just on one side.
Was it quick?
I was hungover as well, so it felt
long.
super... No, not long. It just felt super good.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice, that.
Oh, it was great. Just because I think she got a bit competitive. Like, you don't email my man asking for a threesome. Track and field. Anyway, last night.
She's the ISIS of sex.
Well, turns out I negotiate with terrorists. Could you imagine if the Taliban locked you up in a safe house and then came off and like, you tell us everything we know. And you're like, no, right, get the Millennium Lube.
This could do some damage to a pussy.
So we had a conversation last night. You know, because OnlyFans is fucking off the explicit sex stuff from their site.
You can't like brutally fist anyone on OnlyFans anymore.
Right, okay.
basically
Well, that's
new
the end
rule.
of your subscriptions, isn't it? And so on Twitter, it was trending. Patreon started trending, which obviously got my interest because a lot of people, like, I love it on Twitter, but, oh, I'll make this joke then. And everyone made the joke, like, OnlyFans taking away sex is like Patreon taking away podcasts. So Patreon started trending. So I looked on the trending subject of Patreon. Turns out a lot of people use Twitter to draw anime porn, fucking porn, and be like, oh, if you want more, check out my Patreon. Like, who the fuck is signing up for Patreon with like wizards fucking elves with massive dicks? I'm not joking. All of them were colossal, veiny knobs. And it made me go to Laura, what's the biggest dick you've ever seen? And she took a minute, and you know when someone's eyes cloud over. It was my fault. I sent her there, but she just like, it literally just went. She told me about a guy called Gary who was hung like a horse.
That she fucked.
That she banged. And you know when you're in a conversation going, why are we talking about Gary and his big dick that fucked my wife back in, what, I don't know, 12 years ago?
Like
The
that.
answer, without even thinking, is you.
No, but like,
What?
but no.
Yeah, but she could just... That's the answer, isn't it?
Carl,
Come on.
I'm 40 years old. It's not my first small dick rodeo. You know?
Quite.
I know. Is there a helicopter?
Go on, Pat.
You won't be able to hear this on the microphone, but there is a helicopter coming in. I hope it's Al Qaeda because I'd love 2 wanks in a week. That'd be amazing.
I just never want to. In my head, my missus has never fucked anyone.
She
but
has
me.
though.
Yeah, I know she has.
Grow the fuck up.
What? Why? Why have I got to grow up?
He took that really badly.
Why? Why have I got to grow up?
Tired. I don't want to grow up.
Yeah?
I want to lie down.
She's had my dick, my tongue, my fingers, and nothing else. I just don't want. I just don't.
La la
Yeah, yeah.
La la la.
I just don't want to think about it. I don't want to know.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't want to know about Gary.
Have I told you? Like,
Give me the dick. No. Adam, give me the dick. You don't fucking just because you guessed it was in there. You don't get to hog the dick. For the audio listeners, Adam's holding a dick. Gary's our first guest.
no. I had something to say there.
Go on, sorry. Do you know
I
it was
can't
Sam?
I don't want to know
it was
about
Sam
all
and
the
Dick.
dicks Sam's had.
Sam and Dicks. Sam's never been fingered.
Yeah, do you know like how? Like
go.
It's like common for like people when they start seeing someone to look like, particularly with girls. Girls will look at the lad's ex-boyfriend's like Facebook or Instagram and stuff. I never want to put a face to the dick, so I would never do that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see pictures of Laura and Gary together with her going, "Oh, that hurts." I don't need to see. I don't need.
Patreon.
I don't need it. I don't need to put a face or a bruise to the dick. We've been married for 5 or 6 years. Put a definite number on that. Call it 5. We've been together 7. I love the woman. She's my best mate. Whatever. She's not going anywhere. I know that. She's tied to this 4.2 inches for life. But I'm at that point where I am not going to get jealous about past dicks.
Oh, I've been sat here for 5 minutes trying to think of a pun on like terrorism. She's Talibaned you from the pussy.
Press the button, Dan.
How could you be that excited about that? I literally thought you just remembered the biggest dick from one of your ex's history, and it was a fucking pun.
Yeah, you're Taliban from her pussy.
Have you never? I don't listen. I don't want to ask about the number of people have slept with. There's not. You don't need. But I just wanted to know. And at one point, Laura was like, "Oh, I don't." She went, "Oh, I don't know. It was big." I was like, John. It's like, who the fuck is this guy? Gary's in the Paralympics with 3 legs. Jesus Christ.
That wouldn't be the Paralympics. That's an advantage, surely.
In what sport?
In what sport?
You've got 3 legs.
In what sport?
Swimming.
Yeah, that's true. Like a propeller.
Yeah. An extra kick, you go faster.
An extra kick.
Yeah.
It's also extra weight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So?
He's got a very dexterous dick, hasn't he? That he can go forwards and back. Erection, floppy.
You said
Erection.
3 legs.
Right, yeah.
3 legs would be an advantage. You wouldn't be in the Paralympics. You'd be in like the Super Olympics, which is like the week before the main one.
The high jump.
No, that's not. There isn't a super. Yeah, there isn't a Super Olympics, is
There
there?
would be if there was people with 3 legs knocking around.
No, there's just the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they'd be in the Paralympics or the Super Olympics? 3 legs.
Right.
The Super Olympics.
They'd just be in the Olympics. You can't get banned for having an extra
But
leg.
the same question. Are they like a line robin or are they in a straight line?
No, it's like 3. Like just like another leg in the middle of your 2 legs.
Right.
And you can run faster.
Makes your swimming costume difficult, doesn't it?
Just get it custom made.
Yeah. Good
You're
point.
not bad.
Good point. Oh yeah. No, I look stupid.
Someone will make it for you if you ask them and pay enough. Wouldn't be that difficult.
I'd rather have a leg out my back, like my ass.
Oh
You
yeah.
could like sit down,
Oh yeah. Just like.
lean back like a tripod.
Are we paying for stadiums? Yeah, at the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Just thought of somewhere where there was non-seats and seats. Good banter.
But it would be an advantage, wouldn't it? The same as having like 12 arms.
No.
In what sport?
No.
Swimming. Or boxing.
Boxing, defo.
So you're telling me,
too.
right? No, you're telling me that there's no Super Olympics and that you can't be banned. So you're telling me if like some mutation happens, let's say someone gets pregnant in Chernobyl, and like something happens and she shits the baby out.
Oh, it's in Chernobyl. Oh yeah, they'll be allowed in. I'm here with my 3 dicks.
She just got pregnant there, so like the radioactivity did something to the spunk, and then she's gone home back to
From?
Where's she from?
She's gone away, has she?
She was on holiday in Chernobyl.
From? And where's she from?
Milton Keynes.
She's from Milton Keynes.
What
yeah.
country is Chernobyl in?
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Yeah, so they've gone away for a romantic weekend
Yeah.
to Chernobyl, got pregnant.
Or
In
Hiroshima, wherever you want.
Hiroshima's
Wherever
fine. Hiroshima's normal.
Yeah.
Chernobyl then?
Plus, there isn't a Novotel at Chernobyl, so.
Well,
But I have a
okay, well, she's staying in
have
Kiev
great
and she's gone on a day
romantic
trip. But she's been there. She's got radioactive spunk in her. She's gone home. And a fella's been born with 12 arms. You're telling me they're going to put him in against a normal boxer? He'd punch their fucking head in.
Can anyone else see Vishnu? I can just see
The many arms of Vishnu.
the Hindu god, the many arms of Vishnu.
Yes.
Take that, you fucking prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
42 pounds.
They're going to ban him, aren't they?
Oh, I can't be stealing from you. These are my 2 hands. As he releases the handbrake, takes Adam's wallet, scratches his balls, picks his nose, and weighs out
Answer
how big
me.
Gary's dick was.
They're not going to let him in the Olympics, and they definitely can't go in the Paralympics. You can't have 12 arms and be punching the shit out of someone in a wheelchair.
Yeah. I don't think extra limbs is going to be a big help. I know what you think. They're going to be if they're all as strong and is it dexterous?
It is dexterous,
like, yeah. As you, yeah, that's an advantage. But that's not how that's not how birth defects work, is it? It's not like you get fucking, this is great. Because when you're opening a jar, it really helps.
Has a woman
to have
ever got pregnant via radioactive spunk for you to know scientifically that what you're saying is true?
Well, you don't know for a fact that it hasn't happened, that it couldn't happen, so fuck you.
How would he wear t-shirts as well?
Well, custom made.
Right. Oh, yeah. Custom made.
Yeah.
12-arm t-shirts.
Custom made t-shirt.
Be a great wank, wouldn't it? Like the Matrix.
You can tickle both balls and the inside of your
Oh
hands. And
my God!
I'll make the tea.
12 hands? You could fucking double finger bang, quadruple wank, and then hold yourself down for the.
yeah. You could probably win
While looking through
Olympic
the index
gold.
catalogue.
in boxing whilst like fisting several women and having a wank yourself.
I mean, it was a less gentle version of what I did, didn't it? Mine included the index catalogue. Yours included fisting. Afraid you won't be able to see that on Adam's OnlyFans. That's now
Several
gone.
women in the ring.
Several women.
I mean, the boxing ring.
Because bumholes ring as well.
2 rings. The boxing ring and the sphincter. Pissed
Should've
off
pressed the
about the
button.
courgette.
15
No, we shouldn't.
minutes.
That was absolute ring-based gold.
Well, yeah. Literally, because he got gold. Fighting in the ring and fisting rings. Call him Sonic because he's getting so many gold rings.
Cup.
What's happening, guys? It's sponsor time, as always, and this week it's parcelstation.co.uk. If you work for or run a company that likes to send some shite to your customers, you might be able to save a little bit of money on your parcel costs via parcelstation.co.uk. They're a parcel management company, and they work with some of the biggest e-commerce places in the world, like Amazon and eBay. And they've also got contracts with all the biggest delivery companies, like Hermes, if you want your parcels lashed on the fucking roof, that is, DPD, Yodel. They've got contracts with everyone. And if you want to save a little bit of money on your company's parcel costs, go to their website, parcelstation.co.uk/have-a-word, and see what they can do for you. They might be able to save you a little bit of dough. They've even worked with one of our biggest sponsors, one of our longest-serving sponsors, beer52.com. They're a great company. They're fans and supporters of the podcast. So if you are looking to get some parcels sent on a business level, go and support them. They support us. That's how adverts work. We appreciate you. Now let's get back to the episode.
Wag.
Do you know before when you said, Adam, give me the dick? Do you know how hard I had to resist to say, you sound just like your mother?
Still had to say it though, didn't he?
You had to resist for a break. And then you're like, nah, I can't do it.
No, but now I feel like, you know, I've still got to say me joke and I deserve credit for being a good person.
You're going to give him that credit?
Given. I love giving him that credit. You love talking about my mum. She's dead. If this is your first episode, she died. Was it horrible? Yes. Does he love doing dick jokes with my mum? Yes. Vittorio Angelone's here. Hey.
It's me, bitch.
Talking about motherfuckers.
Do you think you're old enough for people to like assume that your mum's dead when they meet you?
Oh.
Wow. Minute 1.
Christ. Getting there.
Yeah, I suppose I know what you mean there. My mum's dead. Yeah, we sort of know.
Of course. I mean, it'd be impressive if she was still here.
It's just like, after a certain point, if you were like my mum the other day, you'd be like,
My granddad is still going. 96 next month.
is he a teen mum? That's
I mean, he does not look like he should be going. He's got a lot of the Prince Philip going on, you know.
Really?
Yeah, the
racism.
yeah, the racism.
What does
Would
he do
you like
in
to make it that far?
No,
96.
because I've seen that far.
Yeah, I don't want to.
What does he do in the day?
What?
What does he do in the day?
He literally sits in a chair, and I don't know him, but I guarantee you, he sits in a chair.
But what does he do?
It's a sofa. No, it's a chair. He's right. He's right.
What does he do then?
He's got a chair that is a metre and a half away from his TV, and there's pretty much no need for anything else around him. He's like...
He sits in a chair.
And just watches telly all day?
Yeah, you know in
Sounds fucking
Friends,
boss.
when Chandler and Joey have the lazy boys, it's like he's doing that, except Joey died.
What's he watch?
Oh,
fuck.
oh, fucking hell, that.
The duck's dead.
Oh. It dove.
Joey's dead. Chandler, the much later years.
He's first dead, isn't
Could I be any older? He can't. I don't know. It's just basically.
Doesn't it matter if he says, "Could I be any older?" Unless he dies right then, then yeah, he could be.
Yeah, you could.
Does he have like help? In
Thanks
the
for
house?
pulling me up on that. It was just trying to do a bit. Yeah, he could. Like he's gonna keep living.
Does he have help in the house? Or does he like
No, he refused it. He sacked them all.
sick?
Yeah,
Them
yeah.
all?
We set that up for him. Like, you need help. You need carers to come in and help you out. Oh, you're bloody ridiculous. Which is how he talks.
Like the Ma from Sopranos.
Once, 100%. Except he doesn't whinge. He's sound. He doesn't piss and moan about it. He just threatens suicide. If we talk about, he just goes. I'm fine here. Just ring, check in on me. If you put me in an old people's home, before you come to get me to put me in an old people's home, I'll have killed myself. I swear it's not a bit. He's ruined Christmas dinners with that chat. Oh, yeah, come for me. I'll have sorted myself out. And then he went, I've been stockpiling.
Pills?
Pills.
Yeah.
Mate, if you threaten an old people's home or my granddad, he's basically saved away so many painkillers that he will go Jim Morrison in front of like the snooker. And then we will literally find, and he will die. His death shadow will be just him going, fucking not putting me in there.
Just
Good on him.
Ding Jean-Wee and Ronnie.
Other things that will make him kill himself. Sky Sports not working. That'd be the end of him. If someone deleted all his time team, he'd be absolutely heartbroken. He's not learned my son's name, but if you delete Tony Robinson and time team, fucking hell, he'll be in the cupboards for his supply.
Is he sort of able to sort of get up and make himself a cup of tea and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
He's still functioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he on a Zimmer frame or just walking?
He's a
dead
bit,
slow?
yeah. I mean, honestly, this is so real. I'm so glad he's not got to watch this. He's asked to see the pod a few times. I've mentioned it. He's like, oh, I'd like to see it. No. It's pretty slow, but he's fine. He's 96 and he's all there. His mates from the golf club pick him up twice a week and drive him to the golf club. He has a couple of pints. And then they drive him back.
So sick.
He got
96.
He got his car taken off him 2 years ago because he reversed into a bus.
Only two.
Only 2 years ago. So, you know that couple of pints? He was still having them. He was just driving himself home. Is it round the corner? No. He lives a few villages away from the golf club. Like it's maybe a 10, 15-minute drive past schools. And he was 94 being like, I'll go a couple of pints, bitter. It's only bitter. And then driving home. And everyone was like, that's definitely not safe. And he got himself in a weird spot driving and then went, oh, this is wrong, and reversed into a bus. And then everyone was like, I think you might need to lose the driving license. He's so sound. He's so into his sport, his cricket. He was into the Euros. 2 years ago when England did well in the cricket, I watched it so that we could have something to talk about. And I went to his house to watch the final.
Wasn't that like the best game of cricket that's ever happened? Or
The whole tournament was great. I think we lost like a game or two. But he's been playing cricket since he was a kid in like 16, 20. And he's so into it. He loved the Euros. And he's into his football, loves the Premier League. And he's genuinely not racist. It's quite. He voted Remain. He's a bit of a... He's all right. He's just...
What's his name?
Bob. Bob Nightingale.
Sick.
Yeah, man.
Shout out.
So he's still going.
And
If he goes, it will be like fed. It would be if I got a phone call right now, I'd be like, fair dues.
Yeah.
Because
he killed it. Yeah.
how long can he keep going? His eyelids have stopped working.
That's
It's
so funny.
he's so old. He's still going, but his
Does he
eyelids are
just
like,
lick them
mate,
like a
we are
lizard?
sellotaped up. My sister's like, I'm really struggling to look
Have
at
you
his
tried
eyelids.
taking a muscle out of his thigh?
I've heard.
From experience.
Do you think he'll make 100?
I don't know.
Does he want to make? Is it like a thing that has he mentioned like 100? I want to do 100.
Well, yeah, as a cricket fan, you'd think he'd want to
He
hit
wants
that
a
century.
What do you reckon he'd do with the letter from the Queen? You know, when she writes him a letter and she's like, oh, well in.
No one down. He'd
What
wipe
does
his
it
arse.
say in the letter?
I was just saying in the letter.
Yeah.
You're at 100.
Yeah.
Fair play,
Well
our
in.
kid.
Well in.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Here's a 10 and have a drink on me.
yeah.
Sound
And you
that?
know it's from her because she's on it. She's on the tenner.
Didn't know that. She gave
Go
it
ahead.
just a tenner.
Go Ed, get on me. And then she writes, Big Liz, Migan.
P.S. The Milky Bars are on me.
I think as much like you get to 100, and I think you'd be pleased as punch with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I imagine he'd be quite pleased with it. He's pleased if you go over and have a cup of tea with him. I think he'd be quite chuffed.
If I got a letter from the Queen, if I make it to 100, which let's face it,
It's not happening.
So unlikely.
but maybe you never know, medical advances and all that, right?
That's what I keep saying. I'm like,
There's
come
only
on.
so many muscles in your thighs. You can move to other places. Like.
Yeah, my eyelids will be well gone, and there'll be no helping them.
With your robot eye.
But like by then, I'll have like, you know, like maybe I do make it, and because of medical advances, I'm all there and stuff. And I would get someone to video me taking a poo on that telegram, and I'd put it on the internet. Fuck the Queen.
It probably
Right.
won't be the Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a shock if she's still going.
If you're 100
Yeah.
and she's still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Then I'd start believing in some conspiracies, you know. Hey, Dan, when we're both sat here, you're 100, I'm 111, and she's 212. Like, I think this is a bit fucking dodgy, this, lad. Yeah, I'll have to give you there, lad. How many patrons have we got? Whole of Wales. 500,000 patrons. I don't know, like... Are you seeing 100? Sean not going at 58 made me go. In my head, I'm like, if I could get 75, I've not looked after myself. If I could clock 75, I think I have ragged the engine a bit. Like, I don't drink every day, but when I drink, I tend to not sleep and feel rough, like proper rough.
Do you have the doctor said to you, now you've got 75, but if you change your ways, you'll have 85. Would you change your ways?
I mean, I'm trying to change my ways daily and then, like, you know, not doing
So
it.
as having kids changes that, doesn't it?
No, I'm eating worse because I think it's meant to change the psychology of like now you've got something to live for, but at the same time they're really hard work and they knock you out and they make you want to eat biscuits. So I was.
And he's got Adam to do that as well. So.
No, I'm not like you hold your son and you're like, look, I'm so in love. I really fancy some crunch creams. How many kids you've got now? I've got 2 and a multi-pack of Jaffa cakes. I'm saying you
It's
just.
actually a cake, not a biscuit. Thank you,
All
then.
right. You just get a bit, yeah. I was healthier before Etta was born. But yeah, you should go like, I've got something to live for. I'm not sure that's totally worked out. Would I take 75? No. I'd probably try and live longer.
Yeah.
But
I think it would have that effect on me. Like, I think, like, when I have my first kid, it might just kick me into getting into, like, Olympic level shape.
That I bet you £1,000 that doesn't happen.
What's going to be your we're going to do what's going to be your
What
bat?
sport?
Shot put.
You're already there, son.
what do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You have kids. Yeah, I'm going to get really in shape. When you said Olympic level, I thought we all meant very fit. Adam's like, I'm going to get in shot put
He
weight.
just got threw them out the window.
Yeah. Get out.
You'd have to get fatter.
No, but maybe, like, triple jump.
Oh, I would pay a lot of
No,
money.
I'm not saying I'm going to compete in the 100 metres. I'm saying maybe I can do a hop, skip, and a fucking woo.
I love me kids.
jump as well.
When we do the patron exclusive world record attempts, we're not
Adam
trying
can
for a
do
world
triple
record.
jump.
I just want to see you do a triple jump and
Why
not
aren't we
look
trying for
like
a record?
a silly fat twat.
Imagine.
If you don't say Gerard.
Imagine me broke the triple jump world record.
Imagine. Imagine.
And he'd have to give it to him because there's going to be an adjudicator there.
Yeah. Yeah.
World record holder.
We've got a Guinness World Record adjudicator who's willing to come to an event with us and let us attempt some and be there as an official stamper. So if we do it and we invite you, what are you going to try and break?
I've been part of one of those big mass world record beating things as part of the biggest kazoo orchestra in the world.
You are?
So I went to like this like
You are in the Guinness Book. Well, I mean, not listed,
me,
but
like it was some like concert I went to and they like gave everyone a kazoo on the way in.
so
And
you're
we're like,
part of the biggest kazoo orchestra.
Yeah, I met Angelica, who used to be on like Blue Peter and all.
Oh, I know. Angelica Bell.
Yeah, and because it was a costume thing as well. I dressed up as Mr. Monopoly.
So what gig was this? Was it
This
just
was when
an
I was like
attempt?
11 years
Oh,
old.
right, okay, yeah.
Dressed up as Mr. Monopoly, they gave everyone.
See, I don't
kazoos.
respect that as a world record.
In Belfast?
No, I don't.
Do you know what I mean? Because you can't.
Hang on. What? They went to Belfast, gave out kazoos.
So it was an orchestra concert generally.
It was
that
an
you went to
orchestra,
go see. It
but
was
you were going down
like,
to what, like the fucking arena in Belfast to do
the Waterfront Hall, I think.
Waterfront Hall, and you all knew, fucking sure, we're going down with a kazoo. Is that? It was all part of the plan.
No, I think they just handed them out on the way in, and we were like, "Oh, sweet."
Yeah, they didn't have to bring their own kazoos.
Oh, it's asking for trouble. That's how you don't break a record.
Yeah.
Right, everyone who's brought their kazoos over on that side.
Oh, fuck, not again.
12
Forgot my
geeks.
kazoo.
12 geeks.
But I don't
Oh, the other fucking wee bearland. Yeah, I'm going kazoo.
I've got no respect for that as a world record because it's impossible to fail at it, isn't it? Like, you're not attempting to break the world record. You're just going, right, how many people were at the last one? 2,000. Let's just make sure there's 2,001.
Yeah.
Can you just make your own world records?
I think they have like it can't be too specific.
Right.
Well, although kazoo orchestra seems close to the line.
Yeah. Because you could just do like, oh,
So I could just be the guy with the biggest dick called Adam Roborn on the 11th of January 92.
you probably are.
Yeah.
I love when they do
It's
that.
going to be a
for
big
footballers.
record book, innit, for everyone that has to do their version of that.
Yeah, but not everyone else is ringing them and asking to be put in
No.
What's the record? The biggest dick for that day of
Yeah.
that name?
with that name, yeah.
Record.
Yeah.
Who's going to beat that?
No one.
It's not a record then.
You'd have to get a Guinness Book of World Record tape measure out on your dick. And honestly, I don't want to see your dick, but I want to be there when someone measures your dick. That'd be great. When you're trying to get hard in front of a Guinness Book of World Record person, because you get competitive and no one wants to measure it floppy, do they?
No. The thing is, though, they'll have to add on the 2 inches that they took off.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, because that's what I had when I was born on
No,
that day.
you don't get to add 2 inches just because they lob 2 inches off. Your dick's your dick.
Could you have like
But
most
like, I
golf
think
balls
world
at your
record
house?
attempts should be like feats of performance and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, 2,000 Ulster children in a hall with kazoos isn't like nothing, is it? Oh, fucking we get loads of kazoo orchestras around
Who's
our way.
asked?
No, but who
No
cares?
one's asked.
Like, if I tell you,
Those 2,000 children in.
if I tell you I am the world record holder at triple jump, you're like, what? I'm not. I don't even care. The story he's just told is one of the worst that's ever been told on this podcast. Someone gave me a kazoo and then they counted us. That's it.
Yeah, but you know it went fucking south, didn't it? You can't have 2,000 kids with fucking instruments and it not turn into some sort of march in Belfast.
Yeah, I think it's in the like, part of the Good Friday Agreement.
Yeah.
What's the
Have a
longest?
kazoo, here's a sash.
What's the longest podcast record?
Shut up. Just shut up. No.
But again,
No.
listen. I don't want to break that one because it's easy. Because you just find out whatever it is and do a minute longer.
Yeah.
Like, it's pathetic.
It's
It's
going to be
easy.
so long. The longest.
36 hours.
Oh, we could do
Who
that.
did it?
We could
Mike
fucking
Russell.
do that.
Needs to cut.
I'm not even joking. We could do that.
We could, yeah. We absolutely could.
How are
not
we not
that
doing
long.
that? I thought it was going to be
That's
a week.
Not that long.
No?
Oh my God. Let's not go to Krakow. Let's go to fucking 37 hours. We could do
But it's
that.
pathetic. Of course we could. It's easy.
Right.
The cameras wouldn't do it though, would they?
What?
The cameras cut out after a certain
Yes,
time.
well.
would they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Podcast doesn't have to be the video.
And you've got
Ooh.
106 of them as well. So
Yeah, I've got lots.
Like,
What? We should do that.
just to take it off, and you'll get a wee.
Just to take
you
it
get
off?
a rosette. You get
Just
a
to
rosette.
stick it up. There is a Google. If you search in Google, what's the longest podcast?
Do we get to sleep?
The fuck has come up at 36 hours.
So we all have to stay awake.
Right, and Vittorio, you're definitely coming now because you were here at the inception of it.
I'll bring my kazoo.
And I'll triple jump into me chair.
Do you reckon we could do that?
I mean,
Imagine our 30. He was tired after 40 minutes today because he was hungover.
how many guests would you have to have? You'd have to just have a rolling guest.
Yeah.
You'd have to have the lunatics coming in at 5. Freddie.
Also-
Yeah, we do that. Constant guest, keeps on our toes.
Yeah, but we don't have to even be part of the whole thing, do we?
No, you just have to keep the podcast going.
yeah,
so
we've played
you
in
could
the
set
longest
up
ever.
you could set up a little bed in Studio 2 and then have a little naps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've played in the longest ever 5-a-side football match. Me and Adam.
With Alan Shearer and
Alan
Robbie
Shearer and
Savage.
Robbie Savage.
So how have you not mentioned that when we're talking about world records?
Because it's pathetic. It's easy to do.
I outscored Alan Shearer as well.
Right.
That's on my CV. I scored more goals than Alan Shearer.
It's easy to do. You need to be attempting something.
Can we do that? And we can have a bed in there and we can just roll it.
Like the most consecutive knives stuck in a tree by throwing it from 100 yards away. Without one
Right.
falling out.
Right. Yeah.
Stuff that's hard to do rather
I
than
don't wanna
stuff you
do
just
that.
have to
100
time
yards?
or count.
That's no
100
one can
yards.
throw that far.
Adam could.
Give him 6 weeks or
I
whatever.
wonder what the downloads would be for the 36-hour.
Yeah, but
If
all
we
you
try
do-
for
you just
37.
timestamp it and go, this is the guest at 5 a.m. This is the guest at that.
But you know, we've got enough diehards that would be like, I cannot miss a minute.
They would stay up for 36 hours.
I reckon we should genuinely do that, you know.
I don't want to do it because I won't even respect us for doing it.
No, but you don't have to. You could be here for an hour then if you want.
Have you respected yourself every
We could have
moment
guest
of this
hosts. We could have
podcast?
guest producers, guests. As long as one of us is here, to still have a word.
You are such a fucking publicity machine. And you're telling me you wouldn't want to do the longest ever podcast in the world. Proper Guinness Book of World Records. Get that cunt in to make it official. You don't see the advantage of that. You want to throw knives at a tree.
No, I see the.
I didn't want it to do it, you know, it'd be good PR, but actually he's out there in the garden. He's blinded the neighbour's cat. And he's down to forks and spoons. We've run out of cutlery. But tell you what, kid, got a fucking great throwing arm.
We're doing that.
Look, I'm not saying no. What I'm saying is I won't be proud of it.
Right.
Like I see.
To be honest, that's a lot of this podcast for me.
No, like I get that it'll be good PR, and I get that like it's worth doing, but I won't get to the end of it and be like, we achieved something there. I just won't.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll get you some knives. We'll do both.
Well, you said 100
No, I don't
yards.
really want to do the knives. I want to do triple jump.
That's an Olympic event, you fucking hairy lunatic.
Just wait till I've had a kid. Need the motivation.
We're doing that in October.
No.
We are.
I'm fucking serious. Are you up for it?
I'm in.
Yes.
We'd need what? So we're going to do 37 hours.
Everyone will come in. It'll be fine.
As many guests as we can every 2 hours.
Yeah.
You don't need to sleep for 5 hours if you want. As long as there's
Yeah.
someone keeping it going.
I'm telling you, this is the balls of this. It'll have 108 downloads. It'll be Tom Twistleton listening to it twice. But it's on like Donkey Kong. If you can't spin that into some PR,
We absolutely can.
right?
We can. I'm not denying that. You're getting lost in why I'm against it.
Right.
I understand that
You want to break a record that you can't break.
I want to break a record that it is difficult to break.
Yeah,
knives
yeah,
into
and so do
trees.
other people who've made it hard to do.
Yeah.
You can't do the triple jump, you fucking mentalist.
I've got to be
I've
honest
seen you
with
play
you.
5-a-side for 3 minutes and it looked hard work.
I've got to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure.
What triple jump is.
Triple jump. I'm doing a triple jump, lad. 1, 2, 3, get on me.
It's the, you
me
run,
gam.
jump, and then the last one's throwing yourself in.
Yeah, that's what I
skip
thought it
and
was.
jump.
Yeah.
Hop, skip. And if you know the difference between that, good on you.
Or, here's my question. Is it where your feet land or
Yeah.
where the furthest part of your body lands?
No, it's
For
the,
this
Oh,
this
because
back-
if his dick is in play,
it's the first
skip,
mark
jump,
in the
pipe.
sand.
The first mark.
In the sand.
So if I...
yeah. So if you poo on the way, yeah.
No,
Go on.
but if I like...
It's a javelin.
Yeah, if I like jump like a human javelin and I just land and fucking nut the floor.
Hop, skip, jump, get out. Yeah.
Just land on my hands and do like a Lomana Lua Lua.
No one's thought of that.
What?
No one's ever thought of that in the hop, skip, and the jump. No one ever thought of landing in a different way in the triple jump.
You could get momentum by spinning.
But it's the furthest back.
Hang on.
But who's talking about Sonic the Hedgehog now?
Hang on. He's gonna on the last jump spin in the air. I'm thinking he's like Mario. Jump.
Jonathan Edwards, 18.29 meters.
60 feet.
Oh my god!
I've got to be honest with you, that is further than I thought.
60 feet. Get the YouTube video up of that thing.
That's 10 of Adam's dicks.
60.
Jonathan Edwards, ladies and gents, is he gay? Not important.
So you have to jump
Not important.
like off. Say if you jump off your right foot, you have to land on your right foot on the second one.
Are we going to get thrown off YouTube for this?
Yeah, turn the audio off.
It'll just be audioless.
Okay. Can we stick it on? Can we stick the video on?
It'll be in the yeah.
Right. Okay. Here it is.
So
What's this? 92? Oh no, this isn't the Olympics. This is the.
Looks like the European
Looks
Championships.
like, oh
maybe.
my god! Here we go.
Bam,
1, 2, 3.
bam.
Gerard.
That's not 60 foot. That's not 60 foot, is it?
Yeah, of course it is. From the start.
From the very start.
From the board.
Yeah,
From the board.
Right. Couldn't you just keep running then?
What?
How many times do you think you're allowed to hit the floor?
The hop.
in the
The
triple
hop's
jump?
1 contact.
Yeah, but
The skip 2 contact. The third contact is where they draw it.
right.
Show us it again. Just one more time.
Adam's just learning it.
I don't think.
Are you
he's
allowed a
gonna learn
pogo
how to
stick?
do it.
It's good, Jonathan Edwards. Obviously.
Bink, bink, bim, bap.
Oh, so it's from your first jump.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's a piece of piss.
60 feet.
But it's not, is it? Because it doesn't start. The third jump is until 15 meters. That's where it starts from.
No.
But the
All of the jumps combined is the length.
Yeah, but the last one, it is the only one that really matters. And
No. No. You can't just hobble and then do a big last one. That's how you get 60 feet. Fucking 1, 2, please, I wanted to go and do it now. It's still light. I just want to see you.
I'm not saying I can break it now. That's very important as
He
well.
needs kids.
I need kids in my life first.
What are they going to do? Just give you that
They're
motivation?
just going to give me the motivation to get fit so that I'm alive longer to look after them and my grandchildren.
And the
my
key to
great-grandchildren.
living long, of course, is
That
the
was
triple
when Adam
jump.
was handed his son, Vincent. He just looked into his eyes and went, fucking hell, I've never felt anything like this, but I know for a fact I'm going to shit on Jonathan Edwards' world record in the triple jump. And that was his first words to his son.
But
and look at the size of his
what I
pipe.
always say
Definitely
is shoot
mine.
for the moon, and if you miss, you might land amongst the stars.
Yeah, and I remember you always saying that and me thinking, what a massive vagina you are.
He always
So,
says it. He rings
He
me.
closes his shows like that. I don't know if you've ever seen Adam. Ladies and gents, Adam Rowe, just before he goes, shoot for the moon.
But if I don't break the world record, I might match it.
Nope.
It'll be a
No.
personal best at least.
Right, if anyone's into athletics, and I'm not even joking, if we're into athletics and we can't do this without the sandpit.
No.
You're gonna Tom Segura
I'll just go being cute.
Oh my
That's what's gonna
God,
happen. You're
could
gonna
you
snap
imagine?
every bone in your body.
Oh no. We have to do it via Zoom.
What if I just go to B&Q and get a load of sand and just put it in the park?
Yeah, I mean, that's the budget version of events, isn't it?
Because that's the only thing standing in your way. It's the fucking sand.
I'm not your sand, lad. Can't beat that world record. Don't on your sand.
It's just like some fucking remedial skipping on a beach.
You could do it into a pool
Yeah.
Or a ball pit.
or a ball pit.
Right.
Google wacky warehouses near me.
Nice to have you, Vittorio. Really nice to have you. What tune did you play on the kazoos? Do you remember what tune it was?
After all that,
I want to know.
hang on.
I think
Let's put a bow on the kazoos.
I think it was Ode to Joy, so Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Not his 8th one or his 10th one.
No, there wasn't a 10th.
You're
Was
in
there not?
music nonce, aren't you?
Yes, I am a music.
covered that on
What's your
his
favourite
degree
symphony?
in-
What's
My
your favourite
favourite Shostakovich's Fifth.
Why?
I mean,
Because it's a
obviously.
fucking banger, and it's like pure. It was like the punk rock of the Soviet Union, and he would deliberately make it dead hard to play to be like "fuck you" to the Soviet musicians.
Shostakovich.
Shostakovich, Dmitry Shostakovich, loves football.
He sounds
He
like
wrote a
an
ballet
Inter
about
Milan
football.
winger.
Yeah.
Right.
Dejan Stankovic.
What is it about these guys who are like, I'm going to make this so hard just to be annoying? Like Rachmaninoff's, is it third? that's meant to be ridiculous as well, to the point where very few pianists are good enough to play.
Yeah.
It's like rap.
But that's the
God by
point.
Eminem.
So like concertos are supposed to be hard
It's that long, innit?
Are they?
because that's like you're like platforming one musician to be like it's a piano concerto. It's like this is the guy who's fucking.
It's a
sick at
master.
piano.
It's a like a
It's
it's music for
virtuosic.
the masters.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. They're not. I don't actually think a lot of them are like that good to listen to because there's too much focus on making it dead hard. And I think if
I like those guitar riffs where like and then you're like calm
you're
down.
like
love.
grand, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't sound.
What's hard about
good.
playing a piano though? Because you've got all the buttons.
Somebody said that on Twitter. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like playing piano is cheating. You press the buttons and it does it for you.
You've got all the buttons. What is you've got loads of fingers? You've got all the buttons there.
So what's hard? So what are you saying?
Like you're saying to make it dead hard to play. If you know
Yeah.
what buttons to press, what's hard?
How fast and how complicated
dexterity and-
the buttons are.
Right.
Like you can't type as fast as the fastest typist in the world.
But I know how to.
There's a very rare moment on Have a Word that where one of us asks a stupid question and gets a really accurate answer. What's hard about playing the piano? The speed and skill that it takes. Oh, okay.
I don't know where
Moving
it is.
on.
So you've been at two of the best clubs in the land this week. Feel nice doing the proper ones, hot water and.
Hot water and Top Secret on Tuesday.
Oh, that's a nice week, Vittorio.
It was pretty good. It'd be good if I got paid. But like,
You can smash it.
fucking class hot water. Because I've only done hot water once before, and it was half capacity for COVID stuff, and this was full. And it was.
I was there last time you did it, wasn't I?
Yeah, you weren't there for my set, but that's all right.
Hot water at COVID rules, like half full,
Still
better than
just
90% of the clubs on the
insane pop.
circuit.
I was like, this is half full. Crazy good. And then, yeah, but this time I was like, oh my God. Every time, the two times I've done hot water, I've been like, I should move. I should move from London.
Should move.
Liverpool.
No one should live in London.
Vittorio, I've said it to you. It's calling. The North is calling.
North is calling.
Cheap houses and better podcasts.
Very Manchester, Vittorio. I think you'd fit in Manchester.
That's anywhere around here,
I
man.
was calling you a twat there.
No.
No, I'm saying he
No.
suits Manchester.
Done a funny.
All right.
He suits Manchester. His look as well.
What's his look?
Don't know.
Unwashed.
My look changes quite a lot.
And I used to look like a school shooter, and now you don't.
Last
that's it.
episode I had bleach blonde hair.
Yeah, you were
I
a
look
little
like
bit
one of his
Columbine.
victims.
Why'd you change your hair so much? I like it, but
one mental breakdown where I dyed it. And
Was
then
that a mental
one
breakdown, yeah?
Where I shaved it. Yeah, I lost my mind twice during COVID. I was like, I can't fucking do it. And then I went back home.
You did really well considering you were losing your mind to put out some really fucking funny content.
Oh yeah, that's where it all comes from. See, when I'm like mentally stable, I'm like, geez, I've no ideas. And then
Yeah, that's what always worries me. You know, if you just get well and happy, and you just shit
is that it? Yeah.
You just-
I resent Laura so much for it. I'm like, I feel so content. You're fucking up my stand-up.
Would you stop being so fucking?
Even
nice?
the garden's looking nice. You're like, where's the angst?
we saw Gervais last night, who's worth 140 mil, and he's still knocking out classics. He's a very happy man, isn't he?
No, I think I'm not saying he's not happy in his personal life, but I think there's things going on there, isn't it?
Do you think?
Yeah, he looks quite funny.
100%.
Right. I
I
just
mean-
thought you'd be very contented at that point in your life, because he's clearly.
Money
very
don't make you
successful.
happy though, does it?
No, I mean the success he's got, and like he's very revered. I think he could have stopped.
Yeah. That drive is something else, isn't it? Finn's talking! Give him a mic!
This isn't really that good, but he introduced himself as, please welcome a man to the stage who doesn't need to be here and doesn't care. And then he came on.
Yeah,
But he cares.
he absolutely cares.
Of course.
And I think the reason he still does stand up is partly because he doesn't feel like he's truly great at stand up despite his. I think he gets a little bit of stand up imposter syndrome. And I also think, as big of a fan as I am of his, which I really am, I think it's justified.
Yeah. I was talking to Finn about it on the car on the way here. I was like, you can just tell he hasn't
Done the clubs.
done the clubs.
Oh, he was
Doesn't
nowhere
have
near
that
sharp last night.
and that bite. That's
He was not sharp last night. The stuff was incredible, but it was so slapdash.
Yeah, he's a brilliant, brilliant writer.
Yeah.
And he because he's got a fan base and his writing is so good, it carries not being great at performing stand-up, in my opinion.
I know it was visible last night.
Like
That thing with Louis C.K., Seinfeld, and Chris Rock
Hilarious.
that he produced. I think it was his idea, wasn't it?
He sat there.
And it was like, it really was like, it reminded you of like all the uncles at a barbecue with like the niece's new boyfriend. It was like, it was the alphas and a young lad, and they were all being friendly, but you're talking in those three guys, 30-year veterans who have hit the heights. I mean, basically, they've pushed the heights between them, haven't they, of what is the best stand-up ever, what the best ticket sales in America, like. And then you've got Ricky Gervais, who we love and hold very dear.
Yeah.
Stand-up wise,
yeah.
he's almost like a fucking baby to them compared.
It's mad that 3 out of 4 of those guys said the N-word on that show.
Who was the one that didn't?
Seinfeld, obviously.
Seinfeld, yeah.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Chris Rock didn't
Just
say
refused.
He's never said that.
No.
It's just like, not in front of these guys.
In my head, I was like,
That's
I
your
wonder if
word.
it was Chris Rock that did it. Of course. Seinfeld doing an N-word bit would be quite a fucking left turn, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine if he just brought out a special that was the filthiest thing you've ever seen? What's the deal?
What's the deal with
Immigrants.
N-words?
They have got to go.
I love black people, but I hate. We got a little bit of flack recently for talking about again, I've mentioned it before, the Mount Rushmore of British comedy. And a few people were pissed off that Lee Evans didn't make ours. I think it's just because of what he achieved, massive. And I think what happened, our opinion of it was skewed by just us not loving all of his stuff. I didn't grow up with him. I didn't love it. And a few people mentioned Gervais. And you're like, of stand-up. No. Because what he's done in terms of The Office, even Afterlife that's on now, is fucking brilliant.
It's the most viewed of its category ever on Netflix. As much as it's a drama or
good
comedy drama.
But that's not a good record because you just like work out how many people viewed the last one and then you just get one more.
I don't even respect it. It's stupid. There wasn't even any knives.
Someone said George Carlin, didn't he, on a post yesterday?
I never got it.
That's a bit of a hipster choice, isn't it? I think
Probably, yeah.
because
I think Carlin's great. I really enjoy watching some of his old clips. He's just not like, he hasn't influenced me and made me want to like watch everything he's ever done the way that the people we put on Rushmore have.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take away from what Gervais has done, but it is the weird thing where because he was famous. He was playing. I remember doing the Fringe in 2005, and Josie Long, who I was doing it with, and their mate went to see him at the Edinburgh Playhouse, and he'd been doing stand-up about a year and a half, and he's doing the Edinburgh Playhouse in the Fringe. And not that I'm saying that discounts you from the discussion, but it is a little thing of like, he was a household name that went, I'm going to go and learn to do stand-up. And I've watched those specials. They're really good, but they're not in the same,
It's from
in
a
the same
different
category.
like lineage and kind of journey thing. So who are your, because I always find it interesting, like there's a guy back home who does like dark one-liners, and I was like, oh, you must really like Jesselnick. And he was like, no, my favorite's Damo Clark, who's like, if you don't know Damo Clark, just club comedy.
Damo Clark, the most gentle, fun. He smashes it headlining gigs, and you could do this for a kids' comedy show.
Yeah.
And it still would be good.
Yeah.
There's not many people you can say that about.
I think, is the guy you're talking about, the Dark One-Liner guy, relatively new.
Yeah.
So I think when people first get on stage, this was certainly my experience, is they do what they think can get to work the easiest.
Okay.
So maybe this guy is sort of like, I'll do dark one-liners because like that's what Larry Dean used to do.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, it's shock comedy. I know it's going to get a reaction regardless of whether it's a laugh or a ooh or a what.
Yeah.
It's going to get something. And he's like, if Damo Clark is his favourite, he will develop into something closer to that than what he is.
Do you think so? Because sometimes I look at comedians that I love and I go, I can't do that.
I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's like a catch-all theory or whatever. I do think, because like we've sort of eulogized about Sean Locke in the first section today. Like, I loved his stuff, but I'm nothing like him really on stage. And I've never tried to be or wanted to be, really. But a few years ago, someone said to me, would you pay to see yourself? And I was like, no. And they were like, well, what are you doing then? Like, you should try and be the comic that you'd want to see.
That's the whole reason I do comedy, because I was a classical musician and I would be on stage and be like, I wouldn't pay to see this. I never pay to go see classical music. And I kept going to comedy clubs and I was like, well, I should do the thing that I would pay in.
Honestly, it's such a good way to look at your stand-up. If you've got a bit in your stand-up that you know is like, meh, you know it's meh, you're in it, this works, but it's fucking easy, it's low-hanging fruit. If you have too many of those, you're not the stand-up that you want to watch. And it just means that you will do a job in certain places, but you'll get found out when you go to proper gigs. And crowds won't be cunts about it. They'll just go, eh. Yeah. You don't ever want to be meh. That's one of the worst responses. You'd rather be pissing some people off and have some people love you, or try and just be great or whatever, but to just be okay because you took some fucking shortcuts. My
mate John always says, like, imagine you're doing a bit and then your favorite comedian walks into the room.
Yeah.
Would you bail out of the bit, or would you be like, yeah, okay?
Yeah, that's basically sort of another way of saying what I was getting at before.
Would you do it in front of Ross Noble, Bill Burr, Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Who's drinking?
We'll call her Sarah because that's her name.
If there's no one in your group that you think is the fucking idiot, it's probably you.
I don't know why it's a gay show.
That's why.
Hughes' Netflix special.
It was the trailer for his special.
What? Who?
London Hughes.
Who's London Hughes?
Exactly.
London Hughes is a black female comic from London.
Right.
And she's now doing a lot of stuff out in LA. Mm-hmm. She's like
smashing it. She's fucking very successful.
Absolutely smashing it.
Let's backtrack. She's great.
She's backed by Kevin Hart. Special was either produced or directed by Kevin Hart. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't believe that when the trailer for the special was.
So it's every friendship group has a hoe. And I don't think that was the trailer for the Netflix special. And my head nearly exploded.
Oh, that is a trope, innit, on the UK circuit.
Yeah.
Trope. Yeah. Who, when you were growing up in Belfast, you were into comedy. Who are you guys? Because I know, like, we're talking heroes, but we talked before about when Sean Locke was starting out. Yeah. Those bonds that you make when you're starting out and the acts that you look up to. Who were... I know you didn't start out in Belfast, but when you were young, who were the Belfast comics? Who from Northern Ireland were you into?
Mickey Bartlett. I grew up watching him in clubs, like at just bar shows in Belfast. Colin Gaddis is another one who you guys probably haven't heard of.
Doesn't he host the Empire?
No.
Oh,
that's
no.
Colin Murphy.
Yeah. Colin Gaddis is the lad who wears a hat.
Yeah. He's over there. No.
Sounds like a prick.
Wears a hat.
Who's your man that does Queens? Who does the university? He hosts that. Is that Colin Murphy?
Probably. That older generation, I don't really get them because it's like a lot about the Troubles and stuff, and I just wasn't.
See, Patrick Kielty made his bones, didn't he, talking about the Troubles?
Yeah, we get it. Your dad was killed by paramilitaries. Shut up.
I'd just like to say that was Vittorio Angelone from Belfast that said that. I did not talk.
We get it. Shut up.
I'd rather slag off London, Paris.
No, Patrick Kielty is
What's
great.
she called?
London Hughes. London Paris.
London, Paris, Rome, New York.
Yeah. I knew it was wrong. I nearly said Houston. London, Paris, Houston.
That's a name,
yeah. Weird fashion shows.
But Mickey Bartlett and Aaron McCann, Colin Gaddis, who are like the big guys, and Shane Todd as well. They like did this club Lavery's. It was just like the middle floor of a pub in Belfast.
When are we talking here?
When I was
6, 7 years.
So 8 years ago.
Right. Mickey Bartlett's a funny fucker, isn't he?
Oh my god, he's never off it. He's always Mickey fucking
He'd
Bartlett.
be fucking good on here. Mickey Bartlett's funny.
I spoke to him about it, like when he was over. I spoke to him last week because when I did Hot Water last bint, he was like, "Who haven't we had in for a while? Who should be doing weekends here? Because we'd like to sort of get some fresher thing in." And I was like, "If you had Mickey on Bartlett, when I like through me Rolodex of people, he was sort of like the third or fourth person that come to my head." And he's like, "I don't think he applies for gigs anymore." So I messaged Mickey and was like, "You should be doing there." And if he gets booked in there, because I spoke to him and Binty and sort of liaised between them, then absolutely.
Yeah, go on YouTube, Mickey Bartlett. He's a funny motherfucker.
Crazy,
and he was, well, as I imagine, like, in their own club where they were all fucking around.
Oh my god, yeah, that's like their gym. They're like, so I saw them like working stuff out and like doing the same bits and like tweaking it and stuff. And I was like,
I'm getting so hyped because I know I've got a tour this time next year. The dates are in now. It's just we're waiting to get it released. And we've been talking about how we're gonna like preview.
Yes.
Adam's got a tour coming up, and like you just talking like that is making me go, oh my god, I want to get into it.
You have a renewed like excitement and passion around stand-up now, because 2 years ago you were on the circuit, you were doing the thing, but now you have this like there's a tour on the horizon.
Yeah, we've sort of been talking about this in the first half and off mic today. Like, it's proper invigorated you. Like we were talking in the break, weren't we? Like the fact it's there is just
the 2 years ago when the pandemic hit, and for that year and a half, 2 years before. 3 years before, I've been doing the best stand-up I've ever done. I was on great form. I had a load of material. I was turning up to gigs, unnerving other comics. Because I remember Haley Ellis was like, hey, how you got this much new stuff? It's not even new, it's finished. It's just 4 or 5 nights a week, turning stuff over. And then we've come back from properly come back from the pandemic. Me and him have done this. It's earning money. I'm making a living from this. And I had such a bad run. Like baby's born, tired, heads in this, just had some shite gigs. I can't work how I used to work. That was born out of, I haven't got a choice, need to earn, need to be good at stand-up, need to do these gigs in front of me, turn it over. I wasn't going to Edinburgh, rarely going to Edinburgh, once every 2 or 3 years. And coming back, I can't be that comic again because that was born out of necessity. I love being a stand-up, don't get me wrong, but the reason I was driving to fucking Birmingham on a Wednesday and up to Stockton or Leeds Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday down to fucking wherever, like, where are the gigs? Like, Bath on a Saturday. That sharpens you is because I had to earn. And then coming out, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I change how I work. And it was a couple of months, we talked about it on here. Adam even said it. He was sad because I was like, I'm just having a bad time. I'm not loving it. Last month and a half, done enough good gigs, the ball's rolling. Okay. But absolutely, now that this tour's in, and like, we've not talked about it all, but we're planning little bits of, not just podcast live shows, just cheeky little bits of stand-up and us fucking about.
Hard work in progress.
Yeah. And you just talking about Bartlett and his boys having a room like that, makes me more excited because I don't want to drive to Bath on a Saturday to play to fuckwits from Yeovil. Yeah. I want to get into
that. That'll be the title of your autobiography.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive to Bath on Saturday.
Who
to play
the fuck
to
are you?
Yeovil.
Oh my god! I want to get in the nitty gritty
because they have to turn it over so much in Belfast because there is a big comedy crowd there. Yeah. It's a lot of the same people come down to that Lavery's Club. After night. So they're turning it over, and they're mad cunts. Like Mickey Geddes did the Ulster Hall, which is like 1,500 people, and closed on a new 10 minutes that he'd never done before, and absolutely roofed it. Because that's just what they do week in, week out. They're like, this is new, and they'll just talk about it backstage for 10 minutes and just go out and absolutely level it because they can't do the same stuff.
You can get really excited with new stuff like that, though, and it's the fact you're excited and enjoying saying it. Yeah. Like, the energy
carries over.
I did the store last week for the first time in 18 months. I'm back there again next month. It was one night I was there for. And I was like, do I do me older stuff that I know works? Or the new stuff that I'm excited about that isn't quite finished? Yeah. I was like, I'll do the new stuff. And it was the best gig I've had since we come back. Because I'm excited about it. It was first after the break. And I'm at the London store. And it doesn't really get... It doesn't align itself any better than that.
I've got this new bit about saying the M-word. It's really good.
I have a bit about the N-word.
Very, very Jerry Seinfeld-esque.
I tried a bit in Edinburgh the other day that I don't think I'll ever try again. I might try it one more time. It was about how I think drink driving is safe. And I just felt it felt like I turned up at the funeral of someone who was run over. And the rest of the show had gone. It was on Wednesday. You know, the show that I said was the best show I've ever had in Edinburgh, or my favourite one. The concept was no one drives more carefully than someone who thinks they're just over the limit.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But everyone's like,
I was like, if I've had like 2.5 pints or 3 shandies, and I'm like, I could be. Oh, I drive like I'm on my driving test. So that is the like.
I think there's something there.
I do, and 150 people in Edinburgh disagreed.
Mate, I'm still convinced that Pedo Island is a bit, and it died in front of 1,000 of our fans. And I'm in my head going, it's fucking funny. Maybe I should sing it earlier. Have you ever spent Christmas on Pedo Island? One of my favourite bits of the Have a Word Live thank you show was one of my bits not working. That is how ridiculous our careers have got. That's a bit, man.
Yeah,
is it? That's got to be a bit. That bit.
Is.
I'll try it again on Sunday. I'm doing hot water on Sunday.
It is because it went in a much. Because I thought the direction was. Do you know the way you're slightly better at pool after a couple of fucking?
You had a bit like that, didn't you?
He's yeah. He's such a good joke writer. I love it. Let's have a little interval. Couple of questions.
Hey, listen to this. This podcast, Have a Word, is sponsored by beer52.com, and we have been for about a year now. They are our OG sponsor, and I've got to tell you about them. If you don't know who they are the #1 craft beer discovery club in the UK. What's a craft beer discovery club, Adam? Well, I'll fucking tell you, mate, okay? What they do is they help you discover craft beer. They send you different craft beers every month from all over the world, different themes every month as well. You might get a month worth of South African beers. You might get some from Argentina the next month. You might get some from South Korea or something. All over the world, they'll help you discover the best craft beers that you've never heard of. And here's the best thing. Because you're a listener to this podcast, not only do you get a free case of 8 beers and an award-winning beer magazine, for free, just by going to beer52.com/word. All you do, pay the postage and packaging, 8 free beers, free beer magazine, and a little tasty snack as well. And also, it helps us out. You support our sponsors, they support us. This thing can keep going. We can keep the Have a Word gravy train on the fucking track. So go to beer52.com/word right now and get yourself some bevies for nothing.
We've got some emails, haveawordpod@gmail.com. This is from the GOAT, Harry Robinson, who's just touched down in Oklahoma.
He has.
He's doing a year at the
The
University,
Sooner State,
Oklahoma University.
which is weird because I'd sooner be in any other state.
The Panhandle.
He sent me some pictures of the... I love it how I'm sending pictures to a listener. Like, that's how close we are to Harry Robinson, who just started out as a listener, then a patron. And he's like, yeah, here's some pictures of me getting down in Oklahoma. Fucking looks amazing. Like, I love my family, but I'd love a year fucking around in Oklahoma.
Did he dump her in the end?
No. Stayed with
together.
her. Didn't take any of our advice. Mine was dump her, shag everything. Adam was basically the Ross theory of, we were on a break. But he really likes her, so he's just going to... He's going to stay.
She was at the live show as well.
Oh, she's a lovely girl.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're from Wigan and you might have got laid with your voice for the first time in your life. Hey up! Oh my God. He says, Sapning Lids, hello from Cowboy Country. The weather has been mental here in Oklahoma and it's been constant mad thunderstorms since I've arrived. Oklahoma is famous... Pause it.
I'm not listening. Hey up! Oh my God! And then in my head, they immediately start fucking.
Yeah. Sooner rather than later.
Have you heard of a Wigan kebab? And then just
Whoa. This has been months. But can you do the
Why? What did he say?
sooner rather than later? Do the hat.
Kobe.
Jab rule.
It's fucking. It was minging. I wanted to put it back. Hello from Cowboy Country. The weather has been mental here in Oklahoma, and it's been constant mad thunderstorms since I've arrived. Oklahoma is famous for tornadoes. Tornadoes.
Right?
TUNAYDOES.
Oh, tornado, isn't it? It's up to whatever you
This is
put.
very...
Tornado,
Get out of
tornado.
this room.
Tornado, tornado. If you're from Wigan, it's a fucking tornado. So I wanted to ask,
You say tornado, I say tornado.
we're both morons. Let's just fuck it in the car park. How do you think you lads would fare doing storm chasing for a patron exclusive? And who do you think would handle it the worst? Give Adam 6 weeks and he'll ride the hurricane like a rodeo bull. Give me the word and I'll get some professional storm chasers on the blower for you. So storm chasing.
So I've seen the film Twister.
Scary.
So that's all the prep you need.
It looks fun.
Right.
What if you end up in Oz?
What? What, get flung there?
Aye, like in the Wizard of Oz.
Not Australia. He was doing it. Quite a young man to be doing a pretty gay reference. What if you end up in Oz? What if you end up over the rainbow? That kazoo really affected me, and that's how I met Darren.
I never really used to understand why.
What do you mean?
Why would you do it?
Because it's mental, isn't it? Why would
Science?
Nah, you're just a dickhead in a pickup truck who's
It's not
like.
science.
Well, interested it is, isn't it?
Have you ever been like in Manchester? This is years ago. I was driving into town to do the Frog, and the sky was like lit up by a fire, and I'd set off a bit early, and I started driving towards the light.
Yeah,
because I was like, that's clearly a massive fucking fire, and I want to see if I can see a massive fire, and it was near where Man City's ground is now.
It'd be awful if you got there and you'd have seen people running around on fire, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, it would have been noteworthy. Stayed in my little fucking car. And there was an element of like, I just sort of want to see it. Would you not get that with a
Tornadoes
chasing
are
a
the
tornado?
scariest weather.
The thing is, with a fire, it just sort of stays in that old shitty warehouse. Tornadoes can change direction.
They're the scariest weather.
And then
Here's the
you
Because there's
thing.
nothing you can fucking do about
And this
it.
is going to sound...
the most nervous 3-point turn ever. Like, there's
There's
fucking...
nothing.
Sorry, Adam, go on.
Behave yourself.
There's nothing you can do about any weather.
Well, no, I mean, like, a tornado can move where it
You
wants.
can do a rain dance.
What? Yeah, but not all weather's... Like, light drizzle's not scary, is it?
No, but his rationale, why is it scary, is like, because there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do
Heavy
about it.
rain doesn't make you, like, your car move.
Yes,
fucking
but you
roads,
can't
does
do
it?
anything about
You can
it.
put a fucking brolly up. Do you know what I mean? Tornadoes, like,
If a
it's
tornado
fine.
hits your house is gone. If it rains heavy, you just stay in and the sky might go off.
I don't know. I just triple jump out of the way.
What I'm about to say is going to sound really silly,
What?
right?
What?
Wow, this is going to be new. Go
Is
on.
it possible to wrap yourself up in something that will protect you?
Cling film?
Bubble wrap, maybe.
Or one of them inflatable balls that...
Yeah, you know when you go like Zorb footballing?
And then ride the tornado.
Those airbag suits.
Like, it's like a natural roller coaster, isn't it? Nature's roller coaster.
That's what they call
Do
it.
you know,
And it's
I
got-
want to just rip him to bits, but you'd probably die.
Would you though?
Yeah, you probably suffocate.
What if you took a little oxygen mask in there? A little tank?
Only inhaler.
And loads of helium balloons.
I can't breathe. I'm fine. No, I haven't got any air. Don't worry, it's a good inhaler. Right, so you go with a mask and a diver's suit in the blow-up round
Or like
thing.
a really big bouncy ball.
In my head, Adam's just flip-flopping towards a tornado in a full scuba suit.
Hey, the swimming flippers are a good idea because then you can because then if you want to get a bit of direction going, you're like, oh wow, this is the wrong bit. I
I
don't
want
want
a bit of direction going
Yeah.
in a tornado.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid, aren't I? Stupid.
If you got yourself a giant like bouncy ball suit that had an oxygen supply in it,
That's sensible. Yeah.
you could get in the tornado.
Where do you get that?
And then when you get flung, you'd have to make it.
Custom
You
made.
get it custom made
18
along with your
eyeballs.
three-legged swimming trunks. But you could do it and then just you'd bounce everywhere and then
You know what would be amazing? If we were all there in the pickup truck, we had the cameras going, Will was filming it for a Patreon exclusive. He's literally in the boot of the pickup. He's already in the inflated suit. He's got his goggles on. He's got his flip-flops on. And we're like, Adam, this is as close as we can get. We open the truck up and then he waddles towards it to ride the tornado and then it just fucks off in the other direction. The visual of Adam waddling towards a tornado that he couldn't catch up would be one of the funniest things I'd ever see.
doing triple jumps.
That would be so good. What happened to the tornado? Just fucked off.
no, but we could put first of all, I wouldn't be able to waddle because I want to be completely immersed by the bouncy ball.
Oh,
So
we
my
got to
legs
roll
aren't
you
sticking out.
towards.
You could either roll me or we could put a giant slingshot.
Like
on
a
the truck.
trebuchet.
You just pull me back and fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just hear me go, what?
Suicide, isn't it, really?
Why?
It is, Carl. It is. God, why didn't any one of us think of that? It would kill you. You might die. God, thanks, Carl.
You're welcome.
I hadn't thought about that.
I think a human-sized, oxygen-supply-filled bouncy ball is a legitimate way to survive a tornado. You might not end up where you started, but you'll be alive.
And he lives by that mantra. He's always said, if you are in a human-sized oxygenated ball and you shoot for the stars and miss
In a tornado,
you know, it's good, isn't it? That's what, and he lives by that mantra. It's what his mum used to. It's what your mum taught you. Isn't it?
Would you go surfing?
Yeah, would you?
Even on the big ones in Portugal, seeing them?
Are we talking about tornadoes or waves?
I'm so confused.
It's just weather, isn't it? It's all weather.
Right.
It's the weather section.
I'd try, but I don't think I'd be able to stand up for very long.
I'd rather go windsurfing.
Right.
More weather.
But that's the one with the...
More weather.
Or like when people are like hanging onto the back of a jet ski. That looks fun.
It's only a matter of time before weather gets motorized. Yeah. Sean's got an email. Quite to the point. Kissing.
What was Harry saying again? Oh, storm chasing.
Yeah.
Sound.
I would do it.
I reckon we covered it. Do you reckon? Anyone else for storm chasing?
How would you do it if there's a tornado? What would you?
Human-sized bouncy ball with an oxygen
sound.
supply.
I'm just
Get a
checking.
stroke.
Joe.
All right.
It's not a stroke.
What would you do with waves? All right. It's been a really good episode. Let's not just descend into nonsense. Sean says, all right, lids, just a basic one. What's your opinions on kissing after oral sex?
Right, here's my question, and there's no non-nice way to say it. Is her mouth full of my cum?
I mean...
Still, why would you keep it in there?
Because some girls do. Some girls use it like mouthwash.
What, like dirty fucking hamsters?
Oh,
It's like skips. You gotta let it dissolve in your tongue.
Like putting a fruit pasta in your mouth, don't bite it.
It's just like fruit pastels.
I think I say no tongues. That's all I say.
yeah.
Yes,
just
I'm
a little.
I'm onto that.
Little.
Hey,
like you kiss-
no. Well, I mean, is it finished? It could just be a bit of a notch, and then she comes up and is a bit more kissing. That's all right, isn't it?
I think that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's
No,
okay.
if there's cum
absolutely.
involved, though, and there's been cum in her mouth, even if she swallowed it or spat it somewhere, just a little, like you're kissing your nan.
Yeah,
After the blowjob.
You know, what,
Thanks, Nan.
It's exactly the same
put
as
your
when
teeth
your
back
nan sucks you off to completion. Just whatever you do with your dear old nan, when you finish in her mouth, Adam, and that's, now we know how Adam's nan died. Drowning.
You don't need fixing them when you've got jizz. Fix the bend.
Jizz cement.
What about when you've gone down on her? Then it's all right for kissing.
I think it's all fair
There's
game.
no juices, is there? Like
There fucking should be.
no, but I mean,
If
like
you're
there's
doing
not
it
like
right.
an after juice.
What?
Like the cum is a thing, isn't it? Like it exists.
There is a bit of lady juice.
Yeah, but your mouth shouldn't be full of it.
Well, I'm a bit of a slurper.
Sound.
Like a human pipette. That's my technique when I go down.
Like the
Try and inhale.
Calippo.
Yeah. The amount of labia I've got stuck between my teeth is a fucking nightmare. Oh.
Do you have
That was too far.
do you have an oral technique, Vittorio? Is there any tactic you've got when you're down there?
No. They like
He
hope
just gets the kazoo out. Sorry.
That would work.
It would work. A kazoo.
Yeah.
The kazoo, it's a move.
Oh, look at me like he's so disappointed. It's freaking me out.
Russell Brand used to say that kazoo's a sex
Just
move.
give me the worst look like.
the
to
kazoo
grow
is a
up.
sex move.
Yeah, Russell Brand said going down technique called the kazoo.
I just blow raspberries on the clit.
That might be the least sexy thing you've ever done.
And if she farts, it means she doesn't feel bad about it because she's like, he'll have just thought that was his mouth.
Yeah, you don't know the difference. Was that me?
Someone's guffed. Oh. All right, okay.
Is that what the rest of this podcast is now? Just raspberries.
Just get in
What's
there.
your technique to
What the fuck is happening right now?
What
Talking
is
about
your
sex lives for
Are we about
Cunnilingus.
to do an instructional video on
what's your
cunnilingus?
cunnilingual technique?
Just, it's all
Have you
about the
got a
clit and
preferred,
that's it, isn't it?
I'm still talking.
I'm so tired. I'm all over the place.
It's still good.
I had a question.
But it's still good.
Me, Brayman.
I'm really enjoying it. It's good podcasting, but it's so freaked me out when Adam just looked at me and went like, I think you're tired, but you looked at me like, I haven't got any, I can't do it, Dan. You need to grow up. It was really off-putting.
Have you got a preferred dick sucking technique? Not when you're sucking dick.
I like a nibble on the balls.
Do you? Nibble?
A nibble?
A nibble on the balls.
Nipple?
Now, I know, technically, we're not talking about blowjobs now. It's just sort of general area.
Yeah.
Can I
just
just
a little-
aubergine back just for a demonstration I'm about to do?
Courgette, but
Courgette. It's under the table.
Just to sort of like get in the old
Tornado.
Hello.
just to sort of like get the old scrote in between the teeth, give it a bit of a
you haven't thought this through.
I have.
Oh,
we
the
know.
What? So, what? I know you don't care about my answer. What's your technique? I could have literally said,
No, what I'm asking
sticking
is,
a fucking
do
telephone
you
pole in my
prefer
mouth.
like a gobbler, like an absolute dick gobbling so-and-so, or
Thunder cunt.
like a little tickly one? Do you like a little?
No one does.
Or
Who has ever done that to the end of a dick? Like,
I've had a couple of them.
Your nan.
that's like saying goodnight. No, she was quite the opposite. Shit.
As well.
Shit, no one does that. What, a little peck on the end?
Just like
It's like
the
saying goodnight to
slow
a
lip
teddy
up
bear.
and down.
Can
No.
you show us, Adam?
Wow.
No, I like
show us?
someone to clock in and do a shift.
You're quite scared to put your tongue out there.
He made eye contact with me. Just for the audio listeners, I have died in my mind.
That's fucking nightmares.
Pathetic. It's like 2 inches.
Dan, do the other end.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. Could you imagine if he got lockjaw?
Do you know what's really mad is I've got no interest in any homosexual activities, but I think we've proved today that I could suck a mean dick.
I don't think we did.
Oh, Vittorio. Oh, you got to give it a clean edit for the no context have a words. I hope it's clippable because I want that one. I will be retweeting that from burner accounts. How competitive are you that you needed to show 50,000 people how good you are at sucking dick?
It's not competitive. I just, I think there's layers to comedy, and visually,
Yeah.
it can add a humorous.
You've answered the old question of suck a dick good or bad, haven't you? Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you
Surely
mean.
that's a past one.
I don't. I
If
didn't.
someone says suck me dick, or like I'll blow your head off with a shotty,
Yeah.
you're doing it good so it's over quick, or are you doing a chick you don't want to do?
I think they'd last about 8 seconds with Adam. He's an absolute fucking animal. Glag, 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 glag. Slapping on his
bad
face.
job.
You can't. The thing is about Adam, and it's like this with his comedy, he needs to be the best person at sucking a dick in the room. On any sucking a dick bill,
He is as well.
he has to be the best dick sucker. You know? Freddie, a close second. Lads, shall we do some have words?
Yeah.
Hayley B says, can you please have a word with all the lads who aren't brushing their teeth or using chewing gum, then coming to chat with us girls on a night out? It's weird spelling. Can't stand it when some fellas lean in for a chat and it hurts your eyeballs because their breath stinks. Sort it out, boys. Tar from Hayley B.
What do you reckon, V?
It's hard when you're out boozing, isn't it? Like if you're drinking beer, the chewing gum makes everything taste shite.
Oh, that's true.
But like if beer's your drink of choice, then your breath's gonna smell of beer.
Yeah, but first of all, this is not just a male problem. Some women smell like they've been drinking poo all night.
Right.
And maybe they have.
Drinking poo.
What are you drinking? Poo.
Yeah.
There was that video, wasn't there?
Oh, God.
Like
2 girls, 1 spoon.
but like halitosis, like
two
like
cups,
shit
one
breath.
cup. Cup.
2 girls, 1 cup. This last bit is one of those ones that's just for the diehards, isn't it? This part.
Yeah, no one's
There's
like,
no one like, I'm just going to try it from minute 89.
There used to be a kid who worked in Envy, do you remember? Won't say his name.
yeah. Genuinely, this is 100% true.
You can conjure it, can't you?
Right. So, this lad we used to work with, well, I used to work with an MV. His breath was so bad that I hadn't seen him yet, but I knew he was on me bus.
Didn't even have to look.
He was like 4 chairs behind me. And I'd just got on with my headphones in and sat down. And then I was like, hang on.
He just goes, Gary?
It was hot.
And I turned around. Yeah.
It wasn't Gary, actually.
It wasn't Gary. Don't say Gary.
Because Gary actually worked in Envy. Gary's boss, Gary Stables.
Yeah,
He's a boxer.
He's got a big dick, though.
It was hot.
Is it his breath or is he a stinky guy?
Gary. It sung like a horse.
Gary Horsehouse?
Yeah. He's called Gary Stables.
But we call him Gary Horsehouse. Because the stable's a horse.
But he's not the one with bad breath.
No,
he's
no,
not.
Gary's
he's a
good.
boxer.
No,
So.
Gary's dead sound.
Gary's lovely.
Yeah, and a boxer.
And is the bad breath guy just bad breath or is he like a stinky guy?
No, he's just bad breath. Like, I know it's sort of a disgusting thing to say. He used to smell like he just polished off some shite and then come to have a conversation with you. But genuinely, there was a time I got on the bus and he was 4 seats behind me and I didn't see him. And I went, is that? And I nearly said his name. No.
Is that his tegs dying? Because it can't just be what you've eaten.
Yeah,
It was
it's gotta be
hot.
a gum thing.
Right.
Wasn't it?
Is
It's
it
not brushing properly and not flossing
it's
at all.
gotta be, yeah.
It was hot. It was warm on your face.
Yeah,
and he was a...
literally, you
and do you know
could,
what he
you could
was?
feel the chemical reaction happening.
Because Envy was loud. He was a close talker.
I think that's what Haley's getting at with the
Yes.
lean in, because on a night in a club, it's very like, oh, yeah. But if you're just doing the lager, I still think though you can drink lager without having bad breath. Surely,
Yeah,
Or is it-
you will have lager breath, but also if you're gonna you can drink lager all night, but if you're then gonna go and talk to the girls, you just gotta let your lager taste a bit minty for a bit.
Yeah.
Or what's the drink that you can just be like, lads, we've had 4 pints,
You
but
don't
now
agree?
these just have like a half a lemonade.
I just think,
Pernod.
just like if you're in a nightclub, the place smells of like fucking.
But she's
toffee,
not necessarily
tequila,
talking about a nightclub.
like,
She might be talking about a bar.
Right.
I don't. I've never been a guy who goes out and like my night is made or broken on getting with someone.
Yeah.
So I like the priority for me is always like best night I can have. I don't want to be not enjoying the drinks I'm having on a night out for some fucking stranger
Yeah, but then you're not the guy she's on about.
Yeah, there's a lot of men who aren't like
who
that.
are
though.
make or break. Like
I suppose
they're
it's some-
there to
Let's get some
pull.
beds tonight, lads.
Yeah. If you are one of those chat up guys who's bowling in, I never did that. I went out to have a good night, but I worked out that if you had a good night and had a dance, girls would be more into. I never like waited till 4 girls are out and she's fit. And excuse me, ladies, cringe. If you're one of those guys, you better have some fucking Wrigley's in your pocket, mate.
Shite.
Oh, but does anything make you look like more of a potential
Like an angina
rapist?
spray.
No, like minty spray. It's like a
angina
thing
spray.
that in cartoons and
That's
also
what he
real
meant.
life.
No, like the mint spray.
Show me heart's all right. All right, love. Healthy as fuck.
Feel-
This.
Me
Have a
now's a
listen to
little
your heart.
orange angina spray.
Get your stethoscope on this, girl. Clear as
Hey,
fuck.
don't want to have a fucking heart attack talking to these.
You got the words
Solution.
heart attack then, didn't you?
You could have a choc pop shot, and after 8.
What?
So you have like
Chuck pot shot.
creme de menthe. Creme de
What part
menthe.
of China is that? Chuck pot shot. Is that northern or? Sorry, Colin. We've just been doing a bit of geography in the first section.
Choc pop. Do you know? Or an after 8 is another name for the shot. It's creme de menthe and
We don't drink
Baileys on
children's
top.
drinks.
Right.
Like one of them, minty fresh. Go crack on.
Right. Okay. I know what you mean.
Or learn sign language.
That's
Right.
a great idea.
Stab yourself in the
You
ear.
would also have to get someone to teach all the women in the bar sign language as well.
Ishan.
No, you just go to a deaf night.
There is some sign language that's universal, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That is universal sign language for sex best.
I want you to suck my dick.
Yeah. I want you to. brush
Oh, would
your
that work in the
fucking
club? Yep, it worked. Bam.
I
Dave.
guarantee with some people it would work.
teeth. Hey, Sandra, that guy's asked you if you want a calippo. And he wants to know if you want to stick a
sign language.
calippo.
That's just miming words.
But I guess that is what sign language
Mate,
is.
if you're trying to be a player,
At the end of the day, that's what sign language
brush
is.
your fucking
Yeah,
tegs.
I don't think you could get round by just pointing at your ass and saying, trying to shag in the ass. I don't think that's actually sign language, is it?
I don't think it is officially recognised sign language.
I wonder what the sign language is for anal.
But all language is getting someone to know what you mean, isn't it?
I'm going to see what the sign
No, but
language
official sign language is not that. It's a
No, I know.
agreed upon,
Yeah, but as long as they know what you mean, it doesn't matter if you've said it right, does it?
Oh my God, I've got the dirty sign language. Unbelievable.
Signhub.com.
It is literally just, it's just finger in the, and you have to do the face that woman's doing.
Tits. Look at the sign language for tits.
What is it?
Just 2 thumbs up.
Is it this?
It's that. And then that.
Cup.
Can you not? Is it telly on?
Yeah.
Can you see this?
I mean, he's tired and it is confusing.
I'm hung like a horse.
Hung like a horse. A dirty sign language. That's what that's.
What? And what's the sign? Could you do it, Carl, for the camera? Really? Well, that proves Adam's point then, doesn't it? I was like, it's all a great... No, it's just conveying the information as quickly as possible.
Do you want to play pool?
You're just talking quietly.
Yeah. For the audio listeners, don't watch the YouTube for that bit.
Do you think there's ever been confusion in a nightclub where someone's going, do you want to game of pool?
And then getting pumped.
Ronnie O'Sullivan's accidentally getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah, I'll break.
Because Ronnie O'Sullivan always walking around going, do you want to play? I love it. Ronnie O'Sullivan, because he's a snooker player, he's always like, anyone want a game? Because I'm a pro. I've got to practice. Next minute, wanking off a gay guy.
Just went out for a couple of beers now. I'm in bed with Ding Junhui.
The second time you mentioned him, and he's never been mentioned before, and you've now mentioned Ding Junhui twice. You're sponsored by Ding
Has
Junhui.
someone put a bet on with you that you could come in here and mention Ding Junhui?
Who's Ding Junhui?
It's Steve's new girlfriend. Come on! Come on! I'm fucking on! I'm ready! Oh, shit.
He's an Asian snooker player.
Oh, Ding.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but when he's on the BBC, it just says Ding.
Ding, ding.
It says O'Sullivan and Ding.
Yeah.
That's all I know him as.
Ding.
Ding Junhui just it makes him sound like a government official. Yeah, he's just Ding to his mates and BBC Two viewers.
Ding.
BBC Two viewers. Close family, friends, and BBC Two viewers. And fans of Eurosport. All 9 of them. No more pod. That was ridiculous. I came in today looking forward to seeing you knobheads because Monday was absolutely horrific and atrocious at the same time. I knew it was going to be
Horrific
fun with Vittorio.
and atrocious at the same
No,
time.
it was just brilliant. It was brilliant, but awful, wasn't it? Like people messaging about Monday's Patreon have basically been like, "Oh my God, what a fucking mess!" That was also wonderful, and I knew it'd be fun with Vittorio, one of the lids, one of our own. Can you tell us where we can find you, just so if they don't know, they know?
I've got my key ring again for Instagram, but I mean, so many were so sound. The lid's very much the very supportive audience. But podcast, I'm currently recording a backlog of podcasts so I can just release and get them on the go. But there's 105 up on the feed. It's just called Vittorio's Podcast because I was sick of coming up with names for podcasts. So
yeah, no one's nicking that.
it's just called Vittorio's.
When are you going to
Podcast.
release them?
So they'll start coming out September.
All right.
And then going from there, but there is 105 to listen to with some cracking guests.
Right, well, make sure you let us know and we'll give that a push. If you could go and have a look at my second show, which is Show Me the Sample, me and my DJ mate Felix Leiter talk about rave tunes from the 90s and noughties. That is on YouTube, at Show Me the Sample on socials. And Adam, where will you be sucking courgettes? You need to sleep, don't you, babe?
I'm so tired.
Oh,
We've
that's
got
been
about
great
30 tickets left for the Underbelly.
Oh, in London town?
Don't miss out.
Just go to
Sunday.
adamrowe.co.uk/shows because I just put it on there and we haven't got a list of our live shows on our website at the minute because it would be a one-show list. So it's on my website.
Again?
Sunday the
19th
19th.
Oh, Thomas Green's birthday.
of September.
So come and see us live, and that would be amazing.
Anything? Have I got anything? No.
No. At Dan has a podcast. At all his.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
Right. Do you know what? No, we'll record a video in a minute for the start of this. Because we've got fucking 50,000 listeners.
Yeah.
So we should have 50,000 followers each on all the social
I've only got
medias. And we
5,000.
haven't.
That's a
Me
10.
too as well. I'm gonna get my key ring back out and do the QR code again.
Go on, lads.
He's doing it. Keep it in focus.
Sure,
Keep
it's
it in focus. Is it in focus? Oh, he's got it.
Hey.
Scan that, yeah, that.
Yeah, I've only got 5,000, and that's 10%, and that's disgraceful.
Me and Carl played a game the other day, which was find the people who've done multiple appearances on TV shows who've got less followers than Carl.
And Finn.
And we managed to find one who's got less than Finn.
You're good at Twitter, though. You're really good at Twitter.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do that. Have a follow. At Dan. We're going to do it at the start, but it's been great. It's been a really fun one. I want the thumbnail to be him sucking that at the point of the most depth.
Of course.
Superb.
Lost its
Megan.
helmet.
Oh, Megan.